And welcome to Batman Radio again, folks. Set the record straight with the facts. That's right. 5:30 on my wrist got you pissed. I know you mad. Look how clean I look how beautiful my long locks are. Right? Because I'm the real Achilles. That's why I look like Achilles because I am reincarnated, fool. Y'all fools funny. They said I'm the sun god reincarnated. I believe it. That other Joker video on the community wall is 100% true. That's what I went through and experienced. And like I said, I resurrected and I did it several times in front of your face. Everything that they claim Jesus Christ did, I've done right in front of you, word for word, act for act. You understand? So, again, like I said, when people can't embrace what's in front of them, I laugh at you. When you can't embrace concepts and reality, I laugh at you. You understand? Like I said, these people are upset. They're triggered and impressed in my success. They're upset because they know I'm light years ahead of them and leaps and bounds. And, I've literally broken the sound barrier with the speed of my hands. It's quite hilarious and quite funny, honestly. It's quite entertaining. You know, it's kind of like talking to them is kind of like sitting down with Doctor Evil and Scotty. Scotty, don't. It's absolutely hilarious because none of them have anything to say to me. So they're all mad at me. You got the one fool over there. He thinks he's hosting a comedy segment while he's talking to himself on YouTube. How are you hosting a comedy segment on YouTube, but you're not a real comedian and you can't get any real comedian gigs? Can you explain that? Fool can't get a comedian gig. He can't get a gig at all. Like he can't get booked at no comedy show because you ain't funny. Like, people are going to laugh because they're just going to look at you and laugh, but people ain't really laughing with you. All the concepts and the things that these fools get on the internet and say apply to them and they're projecting. Yeah, it hasn't flown. It's not a fact. It hasn't worked. You don't even have numbers like that. You're vastly outnumbered. These are all the things that you said. That those are the things that real people told you and actually meant, and it actually stood. Like these people are just regurgitating words. Like that's meaningless, bro. You understand? Then the other one, right, that Ping one continues to use his channel to talk intermittently, knowing that each time is a separate felony. And I documented it again. Like, I don't watch your channel, bro. That's why you put out that video and it did a whopping 3 views. He gets no views over there, bro. None. Like, nobody wants to watch these people. Nobody cares about anything they have to say. They're all completely irrelevant and they think that they're like saying something. What are you saying, bro? Like I said, look at me, bro. Look better than Brad Pitt. Look better than any white boy you ever seen. Look better than everybody. What? And the strongest in the world, strongest man. I hold about 8 records right now. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Really caked up, real equity, boy. Right? Real equity, boy. In the streets. I am the Batman, Tyree Sneed. Not Bruce Wayne. That was a movie. Tyree Sneed is a real Batman. All the movies were made about me. I am Bruce Wayne. You understand? It's my story. So yeah, like I said, I mean, these people they think they can deny reality. No, you can't. Once something is proven, it's proven. That's the end of discussion. End of story. Move on. You know what I mean? If you have a hard time dealing with it, I mean, it is what it is. Apparently, like I said, my success is a tough pill to swallow for a lot of folks because I continue to see that trend and that truth be exposed and come out each and every time. You understand? So, me personally, I don't care what people tell themselves. I don't care what people think. I don't care how you feel. I don't care that you're in your feelings. I don't care about none of that, homie. What you mean? Like I said, I'm not claiming to be a comedian, but I make people laugh more than you, and you can't even get a comedic segment. That's crazy. That fool is sitting there talking to himself for hours. The same fools go over there. Oh, Ralph Bottles, I got to G check you real quick and correct you. You said that other people got things handed to them. I've never had anything handed to me ever. But you had a laundromat out your own mouth, out your own words. You said that you inherited a laundromat and that laundromat failed and you spent all that money because you're on panels complaining that you're struggling. Remember, Batman is always watching. I pay attention to the red triangles. hmm You understand? Yep. I'm documenting everything for this federal lawsuit, and I'm taking it to court, and I'm going to win. And they're all going to go to prison. Most of you two. or at least the people in these sectors that continue to try to surround me that I have nothing to do with. Like I said, just move on. You know what I mean? Like until you want to move on, I mean, it is what it is because I'm not going to put up with it. See, that's the thing. They want to keep going and keep going. Like, again, what's your issue, man? You could just talk man to man and man up and be a grown adult and say how you feel, man. If you jealous, that's all good. Say how you feel. See what I'm saying? Y'all got to man up, bro, and have conversations, man. Y'all trying to do all this weird sideshow stuff, like underhanded tactics. Like, yeah, nah, bro, we don't play like that. So again, the penguin said, what do you say? Every time I just laugh at him because he makes no coherent sense. He's completely delusional. He said he's putting work in, repeating my words because I'm who put works in. He doesn't put any work in, right? And he said he's putting work in, making no money. He's working for less than minimum wage. I can guarantee it. And he makes no money, and he doesn't work hard, just like the rest of them don't down here. And you lie, and you literally construct a false testament. But y'all don't work hard. Y'all just sit around and do nothing. That's what you do. What are you talking about? I've worked for you. I've worked with y'all for years. Never for you. I've worked with you. I had projects in Dallas I worked on huge properties, tons of acres, and y'all always do the same thing. You overcompensate. You run your mouth a lot. You try to pretend that you're working hard, and you try to sit there and like talk down on people like you tried to do with me, and I didn't put up with none of it, and put you in your place and told you like, bro, you ain't even doing nothing. What is you talking about? Like, get up out my face. So I went through all that, bro. So y'all don't get. I've been through it, man. I've been isolated. I've been by myself in the trenches. I had to really come up hard. I came up in the shelters. I came up in all the real environments. I held my own in jail. I ran every jail I was in. I ran Bankhead. See, y'all don't come from what I come from, so don't talk about me because I'm out here living it. See, I'm the wild animal. Y'all is just some regular sheltered individuals who yap and run your mouth. But like I said, y'all are provided for. The penguin you're provided for, you have a support system. You didn't do well for yourself at all. You haven't made any money. Like I said, you've never left the valley ever. All right, ever. You still haven't. You still haven't gotten a job and built anywhere else. Anywhere you go, you're homeless and you live in a car, and you're still homeless because you're only there off the strength of them. That's not my situation. I paid 8,500 in taxes, sir. I bought all this cash. So we're not the same. Keep my name out your mouth. Every time you speak, I'm going to correct you now. I'm not playing at all. So, like I said, you can keep running your mouth. That's all good. But like I said, you're a coward and you do it online on the internet. What is that? That's not trolling, bro. That's a cop out, man. So, what does that say about you and your brother? hmm So, like I said, I mean, what are you talking about, bro? Like, come on, bro. I probably have the evidence if it's not still out publicly of the things that you and your brother said. I mean, regardless, everything that you've done, I mean, it's prison time, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's very clear what you're doing, which is gang stalking and a whole lot of other stuff, right? So on top of that, yeah, he tried to say he said what like that's my part is just my only issue is they act like it's doing something or having an effect. It's not. Like I literally laugh, bro. That's it. I think it's funny. See, I'm not acting. Look at my face, bro. Do I look like I'm acting? I don't care about you, fool. I don't care what you have to say, bro. Like you trying to be like an irritant? Yeah, you're not very good at it. You know what I'm saying? See, nah, grown men don't practice patience with people like that. There's no patience involved with you and I. It's you do what I say, I own you, penguin, and you'll do what I say. It's that simple. You understand? And like I said, I'm gonna keep on telling everybody what you did to Sonic, right, your dog, and what you did to Tia, your fake wife. So you can go ahead and deal with that. Next. So again, you can keep my name out your mouth. And you said something about, well, lazy batch dream on. Dream on of what? My dream is already a reality, brother. I'm living my dream. My dream is to be Batman. The money that I make is great. Nothing wrong with it. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, I'm underpaid. That's what happens when you first start and build and begin something. I've accomplished more than every agency combined. Me being Batman is already a dream accomplished. So what am I dreaming on about? See, you never say actual reality. Like I've told you to your face, I got videos out exposing you publicly, calling you out, saying that you like to twist reality. Yeah, you're out of your mind and you're delusional. So how does it feel, Penguin, that I'm living my dreams and I made my dreams a reality? My dream is to be Batman. I don't care about money. Money is a tool and a resource that I use to accomplish what I set out to do as Batman. I care about shutting down all these illegal organizations like I did in Power Network, like I did all these other illegal organizations hands on. I care about that. I don't care about money at all. So you got me confused. Okay. Money doesn't go with me. You understand? I'm a spiritualist. I'm spiritual. I don't care about none of this material stuff. Material I get with ease, bro. I manifest everything I want. You know why? Because God provides. Because God is real, penguin, and that's why you constantly are going through your karma. Anything else? Because well, you're not a good person. See, I'm talking from a genuine place. You want to talk from a place that's clearly, I mean, clearly you're an agent of the devil. Like, okay, we don't have to tolerate Satan or be patient with Satan. What's goody? Like, like I said, I mean, you clearly have a chip on your shoulder. What's up? Right. And I run the valley, and every day you hide inside and you're terrified of the Batman. Facts. And I'd be right in all those different areas on every block that I run, boy. And you stay your coward self inside. And that's what you'll continue to do. You don't go anywhere. What? Dude, you dance around me. You dance around everybody, quite frankly. You know what I mean? You and that weird brother. So, like I said, if we get real with ourselves again, every time you do that, that's a separate felony. Thank you. Any more evidence you want to give me, Penguin? Hmm? Like I said, you the one want to act like you want to get cute with me, right? So, Penguin, again, I own you. Now, what are you going to do about it? Not a thing, right? Hey, it is what it is, man. Let me explain something to you again, Penguin. You do a lot of talking, but you talking about lazy, bro. Like, if these words don't apply to you and aren't projection, I give up, bro. I've never seen you even want to work ever. You've never been able to hold a job. This fool went to Burger King and can't hold a job at Burger King or KFC for 2 seconds and got the nerve and audacity to be putting up fake video titles. Right. And that video did a whopping what? 3 views. You speak, I'm talking. What's up? Feel me? We not letting nothing that slide anymore, like I told y'all. Y'all got something to say, we gonna respond. Listen, bro, I don't wear fake jewelry like you. I got 530 on my wrist. I don't look like you. I look good. You feel me? I'm in amazing shape. You know what I mean? I'm looking at you and I'm just seeing your decline, your downfall every day, right? Every day. Like, I wish you the best, man. You doing that to yourself. See what I'm saying? You think that you saying something, but you really saying nothing, and you know you saying nothing. You know the things that you saying don't even exist. So what's the point of saying it? Like what? Dream on. How am I going to dream on if my career? See, they pretend that if you respond and then they can't handle your response in reality, oh, you've done something wrong. Yeah, boy, miss me with all that. You're talking, I'm telling you what it is, and you'll sit down and you'll listen, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. So again, how am I dreaming on if I've made my dream a reality? That's what I want to know. Hmm? Exactly. Because I get money. You feel me? I get money. I make moves. All I've ever been is a boss. You've been jealous of me forever. You was talking about my jewelry. You was jealous of that. You jealous of anything I do. 24 hours a day, that penguin talks about me. That's insane, dog. Like, for what? What are you talking about me for if you can't even have a face-to-face conversation? Bro, you try to literally come around and pretend, bro. And you always got to have people with you. That dude can't stand up for himself, bro. That's crazy weak. That's weak sauce, bro. You was crazy weak. You understand? You got to always run to somebody else for your problems. You got to run to your computer, run to your phone, bro. You sad, bro. This dude literally scared to come outside, bro. He's scared of the Batman, like terrified. I bet every night he's just like having nightmares about Batman and terrified about the Batman. That's hilarious. Well, all I do is sit here and make money and get money. I'm getting paid to exist. What do you mean dream on? $170 ain't dreaming on, bro. It's about to accrue more while I'm talking to you. That check's gonna get higher. Watch. Problem sure we gonna get to at least about 180. I'm guessing within this next today and tomorrow. You know what I mean? We gonna keep on trucking. So like I said, I mean my job is to get money. All I have to do is get money and you wanna be me. You wish you could walk in my shoes. You wish you could live my life. And you never can and you can't. It's impossible. Because I'm me and you're you. I'm not the penguin who's known for getting fired from every job. I mean, you out your own mouth claimed and said that you allegedly committed credit card fraud at Subway. Did you not say that? So which one is that? Is it the one off Ruben Torres? I'm sorry, but what? Then they act like it's a problem because you're talking. I'm gonna talk about everything. Y'all talking. Y'all do nothing but run your mouth. Y'all don't follow no rules. Everybody just does what they want willy nilly. Cool. I'm gonna do that too. I'm like, what's up? Yeah, like the dude wants to act like he has some kind of chip on his shoulder, but he clearly doesn't because he's too much of a coward to address the issue. Like that's what's crazy, bro. Like I said, nobody respects that. Nobody respects you. You feel me? So like I said, at the end of the day, you could do whatever makes you happy and float your boat, but you're not happy. So I win with you every time. You see what I'm saying? Talking about while lazy bats dream on. I don't know what the hell that means, brother. Like literally, bro. Every time you talk, like I said, you say things that don't exist. Listen, I put you in your place when I was up there in Minneapolis and you was mad as hell. Remember all that money I was making when I was making tons of dough when I was in Minneapolis, tons of money, bro. I was goody. And in a shelter. Yeah, every city I've ever gone to, I've made money, man. Can you go to Minneapolis and just set up shop and survive in the middle of winter? I just showed up, bro. I showed up, everything happened, right? Christina told me what happened. It was literally like the minute I got there, right? And I showed up, I'm out there. I go walk up to this dude. He's a brother from the culture or whatever, that other group. And I tell him like, "Yo, I just got here. Like, I'm trying to survive out here in the cold. Like, where do I go? How does this city work? Can you tell me?" I just showed up in Minneapolis. I swear to you. I literally learned the city in like 5 seconds. And I was basically like everyone ended up knowing me. A lot of people knew me. I was sitting there, like one group, one family. It was like some older guy and stuff. They invited me to sit down with them to eat and stuff, and let me like actually like eat with them. Like people was cool. Like Minneapolis was crazy, man. It was different. I was walking in the Skyway all the time. I had like $7,000 in the bank. I was eating, a hot dog every morning, trading stocks. I've lived the life that these fools want to live. So because they can't do for themselves, they're mad and jealous of me. I was doing all that and I was in a shelter in Minneapolis. I live better. I can go any city in this country and go live in a shelter because I don't have a home there. I don't live there. I'm not from there. It's brand new places, common sense. And I can build everything. And that's really what I think they're jealous of because my gift in life is that I can always create everything out of nothing from scratch. Hold on. So I mean, you want to run your mouth and talk about it? Like I said, go look it up. I used to go underneath. I go in the Skyway. I'd take those elevators, right, and I'd listen to like Benny Paz and bump my music all day, and I'd walk around like I wasn't like Tone Space, just walking around irrelevant, invisible, not making any sense. Like I would talk to people. People knew me. I was doing my streams. I would sit down there, eat my hot dog, and turn on my stream. But I would actually have like the music playing on the stream. Remember? And that was after I got done trading all my stocks. Like some days I would make profit, right. Green Bay, same thing. Green Bay, I was paying for all the hotels all the time. I would literally make about 2,000 something before breakfast. Like I'm a boss. I've been a boss. What are you talking about? Like up there, I paid rent. Um, I paid rent and I would pay for hotels all the time. I was making buku bucks when I was in Green Bay because I was making top dollar doing dishes. Hold on. And see, this is the funny part. Right now, where I'm at and what I'm doing now, I'm doing so much better than when I was in those environments. Why? Because yeah, I made a ton more money at that time, right? Just like I could have here. And like I said, you all made your calls to that corner store, right? You talked to that individual, right, who got G checked and son, ran out of the neighborhood. He's terrified, he's scared, right? And he lost both jobs. So he got all his karma, just like you continue to get your karma. And he's part of this lawsuit. So he's looking at a federal indictment in prison time. Guaranteed. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just want to know, like, what's the next move for the Red Triangles? Because I'm sitting here owning you. Penguin is a part of the Red Triangles. I'm completely sunning you. And you want to sit here and type like something's a game. I mean, you're losing, bro. You lost every which way but sundown, and I outsmarted you, man. Trying to do fake talk and typing, I don't care about that, bro. Trying to say put downs and stuff, that stuff's weak, bro. You're talking about yourself, man. You know what I mean? I had a great time in Minneapolis. Not so much Green Bay. I mean, I always enjoy myself and enjoy life, but those people were just miserable. You know what I mean? And they basically created the most stressful environment they possibly could. And like I ain't living like that ever again. I'm never going to put myself through that or put myself in that position again. But there was a lot of beneficial experiences. There was good things that happened up there for me, and I was always working. Like I just worked. I worked nonstop. I'd get up in the morning. They drive me to the old Chicago is where I worked. They're all weirdos over there too. That restaurant is a joke. They'd have so many dishes. I'm talking about you've never seen more dishes ever. They would stack everything up. So I would do the dishes there during the day, right? And I'd have to deal. I learned everything, dealt with the sanitizer. So I'd be putting them in the sanitizer. I'd be cleaning everything. And I'm a boss of dishes. So I move like Mortal Kombat super quick. I'm probably the best dishwasher on the planet because I'm Batman, bro. I move super fast and I'm strong. I would pick up dishes at Dave and Buster's like this, like 5 dishes at a time, and pick them up like this and set them down in front of me supersonic fast. And I'd be, I'm like quicker than the machines. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just working nonstop, and all that was training for me, like I told you folks. And you see it all translated to what I'm doing. Every move I make, this is what Cyrax was copying from me because he's watching my content because I'm his hero and he looks up to me. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. That mom is super manipulative, by the way. She's a manipulative monster. That mom, like I said, I mean, Christina said the truth about Cyrax. I think Cyrax is an evil demon too and no good, but I mean, it just is what it is. Like, it's not my business. It's his situation. I feel like he's dealing with whatever karma he's created for himself, based off the things he said to me, based off things he's done and said to others. And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? I do think that a lot of times I mean, I tried nothing but to help him and everyone. I tried to stand up for him. I think a lot of times some of the things that people say are lies about him. And I think he doesn't know how to deal with that. And what can I do? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I mean, he's just wallowing in that same situation. I mean, trying to copy my rhetoric, brother, isn't going to get you anywhere. See, if you're such a fan, why don't you donate, Cyrex? You get donations. That audience always wants to come over here and they wish that they could do to me what they've done to you. But see, I got God on my side and I'm a good person and I'm beautiful and handsome. I'm not you. And I don't do the disgusting things you do. And that's truth. I mean, I give you the fact that people, obviously some of those people had like set you up and put you in situations just like they've tried to do to me. But you really came out and like took the bait like every time, and you really like there's proof, right, that you're kind of a little off and weird. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So, with me, I mean, I'm not you, bro. That's the thing. These people, what they do is they get together in groups and then they try to do things behind your back or subtly on the internet, and they think that they can create situations for you based off the internet when they really can't. I mean, they couldn't even do it with him because, like I said, you can see what you're doing. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. And at the end of the day, anything on the internet that's just typing until it gets recurring, like y'all are doing, and you're doing it every single day and all that weird stuff, like as long as it's not that, I mean, it's really not substantial and it's not court evidence. That's just the truth. You know what I mean? But I think Christina's right, and I don't think he's a good person, and that's what it is. But he's copying me because he looks up to me, right? But like I said, in Minneapolis, bro, I was like, y'all don't understand. I was in that shelter, but I was like a snob up in Minneapolis still. Like, yeah, I'd go to the shelter, but like, y'all don't understand. Like, I had money. I was trading stocks, and then I was working for the NBA. I started working next door. They were right next door, like right down the street for the Timberwolves. So I work in the NBA stadium. So I was going to work every day while y'all running your mouth, whatever. I was never paying attention to YouTube like that. I try to do my shows. Y'all would still try to talk to me. It's been the same thing. And the Ping one and all them were continuing to stalk and continuing to worry about me. And I wasn't even down here. So when I showed up here, like I said, what's good? And everyone was quiet as a mouse. Like I said, them fools is scared, man. They scary. That's all. They jealous, super jealous, and it's like it's all good. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I did great in Minneapolis. I was making 18 an hour. Like I said, I think I had like $5,000 to $7,000 still at that point. You feel me? And I think I had just gotten out of jail too. Like I had just done the 45-day bid and everything. Like I did great. I played basketball almost every day. Paid for my YMCA membership. These people were jealous, right? Erica Frost followed me over there on the internet and figured out I had a membership there and said something weird as hell that I'm living in there, some weird stuff. See, that's the thing. They keep saying weird things that are dark and demonic and don't make sense and then thinking it's going to have an effect. What are you talking about? I had a YMCA membership just like everybody else has. I'm a human being and you'll talk to me right. Nothing special has happened, right? Yeah, you're weird, right? And it's that's what I'm saying. So everywhere I go, these people are following me and trying to bring demonic influence into my life and everything that I'm doing. So it's very clear the game they're playing, right? It's very clear they want someone to get extremely upset, right? Come on, bro. It's obvious what you're trying to do. That's why I don't give it to them. And it takes the utmost strength to be me in my shoes. That's agents of the devil, man, because I'm God's son. So like I said, in Minneapolis, oh yeah, no, I would make profit someday. I mean, a lot of the time the stock was declining because that was when it was heading towards bankruptcy or whatever. Didn't mean that I failed. Like I said, no, I cut plenty of profits in Green Bay. I cut profits in Austin. I lived off of it for years. That's the thing. I made a living in Austin. I was working at bars, came up doing that, came up doing everything. I'd do all the work, carrying everything, bar backing. I'd bar back for what's the one, Shakespeare's, with that weirdo David. He has a drug problem. He's an addict, and he's just a weirdo and another narc and a stalker. And he was doing the same thing, trying to lie and say this about hygiene and all these other things that weren't true. Like, no, I'm a work mule. Y'all got me in the sun all day doing this and that, and my hygiene is perfectly fine. You're just a hater, and you were contacted by the Red Triangles. I already know what it is. That's why when I was working at Blind Pig across the street, you approached me and said, "Yeah, I would never disrespect you because I know how you get down because you heard about me at Soho and you heard about me at Blind Pig, right?" So, like I said, you approached me with nothing but respect. You were kissing up, right? Then when I went to work for him, when he was begging me to work for him, when I later actually accepted and went to work for him because he said that, he only did that because he was contacted by the Red Triangles. Blind Pig, I didn't really have any issues at. I just think some of them are suckers. And like I said, that one dude, Aaron, that's always at the door at Shakespeare's or wherever, he ran his mouth, and then I G checked the hell out of him one day and had him terrified. And the main guy at Blind Pig had to come over and say, "We're not going to do that. We're not doing any of that." Oh, because they're all cowards. Yeah, I'm a hood dude, bro. I just turn up, bro. I don't care who you are. I don't care who it is. I'm gonna let you know, bro. Don't talk to me crazy. I was flipping right there in front of the door. Yeah, they remember. You know what I mean? So yeah, so he's sitting there trying to calm me down or whatever. Can't nobody calm me down. I just tell you what it is, and you go and respect. And that's what I told him. Like, I'm a grown man, bro. I don't care about this job. I don't care about what you talking about. See, when I go to Austin, then people can't handle me because they know I don't take orders from them, bro. I do what I want to do. I'm a grown man. I'm getting my money. Don't ever get in the way of my money. You hear that? Ever. You understand? I don't let people get in the way of my money. See, that's the thing. These people, they want to pretend that they playing games, but ain't nobody really playing games with me. People know what it is. People don't get in the way of my money because that's something you don't do with any man, and they all know better. You don't get in the way of my money. You don't mess with me in my relationship or my girlfriend or who I love. You don't play with my money or none of that. You stay out my way and you keep it moving. And I'll address anybody. I don't care who you is, right? Straight up gangsta in the building for real, G'd up. So like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, Green Bay, I was making buku bucks, doing well. Would talk to B vlogs. Yeah, like sometimes while I was working, I'd kind of chat on the show because I did my job better than everyone. I carried Dave and Buster's on my back. Why don't you say the truth? I was the best employee you ever had. I did everything. Not only did I wash the dishes, I ran all of them individually in a cart, and I would carry them and I would run them around the place. That's how I learned that you don't use the cart half the time. If you just run the dishes separately individually, I'm so fast. I'm like Usain Bolt. I'm quick enough that I can just run them individually, get them done, get a set done, go bring them out without the cart, and it's a lot quicker. Using the cart slows it down. That's what I was trying to do at the racetrack in Kentucky. And the dude in the back, he's slow, so he couldn't figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, the people in the dish pit wanted to hire me, and they were saying the complete opposite until they turned on me too, because that's what they do. Because people are weak, and fear gets stronger than love, and people are haters. But they said you're the quickest and the best, person to put out the dishes I've ever seen. Like, yes, bro, I do this professionally. I got paid top dollar to do what y'all are doing for little wage. I was getting paid way more than you. See what I'm saying? I carried every restaurant in Green Bay on my back. Prime Quarter Steakhouse, I did all the cleaning, all the maintenance for them, clean their bathrooms, everything. And the dude would try to give me a hard time and lie and say I'm doing this wrong. And I ain't never done nothing wrong in no job, bro. Who's you talking to? I'm a genius. No, you were talking to the Red Triangles, and you all played games with me there the whole time. And then you had that demon sit there and have me out all night, so I'm exhausted. Right? You were just sitting there messing with me. Like, that's okay, and it made me stronger. See, that's the thing. All these things these people did, it made me stronger. And all that stuff is documented. It's somewhere. It's on some channel, all of that. So Jennifer Benish is looking at guaranteed prison time because you can't just bring someone somewhere and then leave me out to walk all over the street all night with nowhere to go, right? Knowing that I'm trying to just take a nap because I mean, I'm a human being. I have to sleep. And then not only that, but then you're sending the corrupt ones, corrupt officials to bother me and not let me take a nap or not let me be anywhere or do what I need to do. Like, come on, bro. How many options do you expect to get? So they're gang stalking me, issuing illegal statements to me in a group, the Red Triangles, working with corrupt cops in Green Bay, targeting me, and then acting like it's like this is Hunger Games, like it's cute and funny, right? Tracking a human being. Yeah, these are federal indictments, bro. Guaranteed. What? I got a big lawsuit against Green Bay PD coming. And I'm going to win. So what do you mean? What? Oh, and you lied at Planet Fitness, so I'm also filing a lawsuit on Planet Fitness because you lied and I talked to the main guy in the front and y'all contacted him and did the same thing, fed him nonsense, and I don't know if you paid him off or what, but I'll find out and I'll figure out who it was too that was working there, and they'll probably try to look into all the phone calls that were made because he lied and he tried to say that I was making noise in the gym. It was a bold-faced lie. I told him, "Bro, I literally wasn't even there right now. What are you talking about? Like, they literally made something out of thin air. I have the videos." I'm like, "I can send you the videos. You can see the videos that I never was making any noise, nothing. I don't make noise when I work out like that, and if I do it outside for that reason. So what are you talking about? And what's wrong with making noise?" Like, so the dude at the lobby was another hater. That's what these people do. They recruit narcs because all these narcs are people with no power in their own life. So they have the little power at their job. So they want to try to exercise that to oppress somebody else. See the point? Yeah, big lawsuit on Planet Fitness for lying about me and trying to ban me. I don't know if it's like all over the country for absolutely no reason for something that I did not do. They have no tangible proof of it. It's a false claim. It's a complete bold-faced lie. So Planet Fitness will have to reinstate my membership wherever. You're going to have to probably give me a complimentary membership, probably for years or decades, because of what you did. Right? This is all going to come out of court. I'm not worried about none of it. When you people targeted me and you kept doing this and lying on my name, you helped me. That's what you got to understand. So it's different when you're being targeted, right? So people can't talk down on how much money I'm making, none of that. Bro, I could be making way more money right now if they hadn't called that place and paid off this dude who, like I said, lost both jobs. I mean, like, come on, bro. He completely lost. No, I take all challenges. I just keep on winning. Like, you're not making sense. Me making more money is not what I want. I want what God's will is for me. See, I'm not worried about money like that. I want God's will. That's why I just did 142 pull-ups today, another world record, and I hold 8 world records. What's better, having some money and being there, being a wage slave, working at a little corner store forever, and not really able to do much or have any fun, or being Batman? I'd rather be Batman, man, and get paid what I get paid. I have no issue with my career. I love what I do. I think I make all right money. Like, I'm underpaid extremely, right? But like I said, I also know that sticking with it, that's all going to change in time. So again, addressing the penguin, when you say bats dream on, what do you mean? Well, this bat, like I said, owns everything, has tons of equity, is wealthy and rich as hell, and is rebuilding cash from scratch, right? And I'm making checks on here. I'm going to be able to save everything and do everything I need to do. Have no help, no support system. I'm a man who came up and did it on my own. I was in the shelters in Minneapolis, straight gangster stuff, places worse than prisons. You couldn't walk my walk. You couldn't be in my shoes, Penguin, because you're soft. See, that's the thing. If you went to a shelter like that, right? I'm just being honest. Like, come on, bro. It's kind of common sense, bro. If you went to a shelter in Minneapolis, bro, people would not put up with you acting, bro. You know what I mean? Like, no, in Minneapolis, they wasn't playing or joking around. You feel me? And like I said, I was the gangster in Minneapolis. Same thing. Didn't back down to nobody. I'm not a quiet dude. I was myself. People would come to me actually for help and guidance and the answers and when they had problems with other people. So at the end of the day, we're not the same person, obviously. Common sense. You get 3 views and I get about 3,000, right? And my views on my channel, I mean, you can even YouTube that they do nothing but lie, but they even say on there, you're getting higher views than normal. Yeah, my views are increasing. Okay. So if my views are increasing and I make money on YouTube and this is the career path you wanted, Penguin, I think I'm winning because you don't have a career on YouTube at all. You're not monetized, you don't make money, and all you do is lie. And you bought your views and your subs, that's guaranteed, just like Ralph Bottles did. I'm going to say this about Ralph Bottles again. You were on the panel running your mouth. It's a light bug. You were on the panel running your mouth about people have been handed things and don't know how to manage it, but you're projecting because that's exactly what you did with the family laundromat out your own mouth. I know too much about y'all, bro. I know everything about you, Red Triangles. You've talked too much. So what do you mean? You're the one who was handed something, bro, and you can't manage it. And you live on Section 8, bro, talking about my rent is expensive. You don't pay rent, you don't work. You're online all day with fake jewelry, bro. You want to have money so bad. You wanted to be me. You wanted my white man wealth so bad, just like Tommy Sotomayor, your cult leader, that your daddy, right? And at the end of the day, he never had any money. Like I said, he had to make up that he had a fake bank account with a fake 300,000 in stocks because he's obsessed with me. Every move that these people have made has been about me, towards me, and the fact that I'm the real deal, and they all look up to me and admire me. And that's just reality on this planet. I don't know what planet y'all on. I don't know about Delusionville. So, like I said, everywhere I've ever been, I've been successful. Minneapolis, I was actually going. I was looking at the university. What I was about to do, the next move I was trying to pull, was I was going to try to get a student, honestly, or somebody, because they said I didn't know if it had to be a student or like a local. And I was trying to see if I get somebody to vouch for me where I could get the membership because I had the money at the time, and you had to have somebody vouch for you or something, or maybe a student or something. And I was around the campus, so I'm like, man, if I just talk to people, maybe someone will do it for me, and I have the money so I can pay for it. I was going to try to get a membership in the gym and go play ball and school them all in the university up there in Minneapolis, which it was huge. The gym looked amazing. You understand? Like, that's the thing. And like, stuff like that, I'll be in communication with those different schools and university. Colleges I'm going to talk to. Colleges, campuses, they're probably going to invite me to do speeches at. Like, this is a whole thing, bro. So they'll probably do stuff like that for me complimentary, because they're going to be like, look, we want you to come speak at our school annually every year, right? And we'll give you a complimentary gym membership. See, it's just like God said, all these blessings are about to come. There was a reading today from the guy he's very into God, and you can tell he has a connection like me. And he said your life is about to get amazing. That's the thing. You have to go through this period of struggle. With struggle comes success and money. I have no shame in my game. With struggle comes success and money. I'm not after money. I'm after whatever God wants for me. If God wanted me to be poor forever, no problem, because I'm a servant of God. But can you say the same? Can a penguin who's demonic and sold his soul to the devil, and you have everything to worry about concerning God, can you say the same? You understand? You want to tell me I'm lowly? No problem. I'm lower than a servant because I'm a servant for God. I'm not trying to be on some pedestal. I'm an extremely humble individual. You, however, right, operate off your ego, and you're a grown adult that doesn't know how to adult, and you're a joke, right? Listen, brother, just say the truth, man. You wish you were me, bro. That's all. That's all you got to say, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do all that other nonsense. It's pointless. It don't make nobody feel no way but happy and proud, and we laugh. What? Hold up. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would sit there. There was this beautiful like lobby area in the Skyway, and I would always find different spots to sit in. Sometimes I was up on the high part next to that CLA place, which again, Erica Frost was stalking that. A lot of this stuff, I mean, I had proof on another phone. The screen probably messed up or something, but like a lot of this proof is going to come out in time, But my whole point is, yeah, you're gang stalking across state lines. That's a felony, bro. It's prison time. So my whole deal is, I would be up there, and it was like a little office space, and you could sit down. I had the laptop, and I would plug in. I do my shows right there on the computer, right there in the Skyway, and it was fun. Like, it was actually really cool. Like, it was genuinely an awesome feeling, and it was cool. And like, I think that was right around when I actually got monetized, and then I started getting super chats a little bit there, and I started getting things moving while I was in Minneapolis. So these folks, they want to act like there's this secret competition, but you're a narcissist who's delusional. You never have competed with me. You can never come close to me. Don't make me your competition. You'll look silly. You can't come close to me, bro. I own more equity than every celebrity, and more than Trump. I'm talking about their illusion, because they own nothing because they're a Mason. The illusion of what they pretend and lie that they say that they have, I have way more than that. They'll never catch up to me. So what do you mean? Trump doesn't own any of that stuff. He inherited everything. So these fools, they live in delusionville. They want to tell themselves and construct a fake reality, false narrative that they're me and they're living my life, but I'm somehow them. That's why they go around the internet calling me these names, saying, oh, I'm broke, I'm homeless, and I'm all these things, and they think that's cute. That's not a game you play. That's literally prison time. You cannot do that. If your reality sucks, that's not nobody else's problem. You can't try to make that my issue. See the point? These people are funny. But I continue to attain more success. I continue to land grab, real estate. Every idea that I do takes off. Ideas literally are everything. Every company I have is an idea. Like I'm here manifesting. I'm here making money. I'm here speaking and turning words into money, turning water into wine, performing miracles in front of your eyes. I did this. Nobody handed this to me. I was the only one who should not have made it on here. I'm the only one who actually gets paid on here. Get out my face. God is real, man. That's all I gotta say. Drops mic. Boy, what? God is real. I won against all you folks. Feel me? Like I said, I lived out in Florida. I lived out in Georgia. Hold up. So at the end of the day, I've been all over the map. I lived in North Carolina, had my own apartment and everything, like everything money can buy, making spending 10 bands every month. I'm telling you the truth about everything. I'm honest. I'm not shifty like y'all. I'm telling y'all everything word for word. Like I have been a hustler and a gangster my entire life. I am the money. I've seen more money than anyone who ever walked this planet. Do not talk about money to me ever again. I am done asking you. Okay? No. Don't play with me. So again, I am the financial connoisseur. I teach finances. I'm a stock expert. You folks are funny. If you want to learn something, holler at me and talk to me from a place with respect. I'm not going to give y'all chances to talk to me no more because you don't want to come with respect. See, I don't need to talk to people who are the enemy and they just don't like to see me win. Like, that's your problem. Keep that to yourself. You got to control your envy and jealousy, man, and sit down. I'm not here for that. No, that's not how reality works. So, like I said, a lot of these people, God is teaching them life lessons every day as we speak. It's not YouTube, it's Karma Tube. Like I said, you got a wannabe comedian talking to himself. These fools haven't traveled all over the country like me. I've been all through Cali. I went to Alcatraz, I think, twice as a kid. I ate at all the nice fancy restaurants that got roasted duck and are on the bay and the water. I was all through Oakland, all through San Diego, all through San Francisco. I've experienced all of that in my life. I've been to the most crookedest street in the world in California. Drove all up and down it. Not drove, but I was the passenger. I was a little kid, right? And I went all over Cali. I did everything out there in Cali that you can possibly do. I've lived the life, bro. I don't have to make up stories like y'all. Y'all want to have life competitions. You can't come close to me. Don't make me your competition, bro. My life's been magnificent. Trust me. You will never catch up. I've been to weddings in New York. I've seen the Statue of Liberty. I remember it when we were driving around the highway around the bend. And I can literally picture, I can see me right now. I'm having a vision. I can see me literally like having the grappling thing and being able to attach to the Statue of Liberty and swing and fly around and be like on the top of it as Batman. Like I know that's going to be my future. I already see the vision. And when you envision things, especially when you're a creator and you're in this powerful creative energy like me, they said I'm the sun god reincarnated, bro. I have the power to envision my success and envision my future, and then make it happen. I create it because I'm controlling reality literally. Because I approached the collective consciousness and I defeated it because my mind is more powerful than all of you combined. This is why it's taken so many people to come up against me and I sat them all down. You understand? I'm here good. I'm here healthy, happy, free, mhm, at peace. Everything you didn't want from me, I have. But you don't have none of that. None of you are at peace. The penguin's being haunted. All them folks are being haunted. So again, when I was in Minneapolis, I was doing great, man. I was making moves. I was trading stocks. Like I said, y'all did the same thing. You contacted that shelter up there, right? The Salvation Army, right? And then they said they were tracking me at that time. Um, Same thing. They keep admitting, telling on themselves. Like that creates a paper trail, man, regardless, and all these people, they can be interviewed and they can actually come to the lawsuit in court and testify as witnesses on the stand at any time, because these are RICO charges. You're gang stalking, following me around, and you've tracked a human being a million times. Then you want to make me feel uncomfortable here, and you can't. So everywhere I go, you're trying to follow me around. You're issuing illegal statements to me, and you don't think you're going to go to prison. I'm just asking, why is it that serious? Why are you talking like that if I'm not talking like that to you? See the point? Like that's not who you are. You're soft. Just be you. Quit being unfair behind the internet and be fair about reality. If somebody is better than you, they're just better than you. Don't be mad at me because I've done well in my life. My success is not like a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's something you can learn from. Your failures are not my fault. People like the Penguin. Penguin he's probably like in his 40s now. He's got to be getting up there in age. He's probably like in his 40s or something like that. When you're already almost to 40, brother, and you're a grown man nonetheless, and you are technically homeless, you and the brother's homeless. He lives in like some horrible little trailer that they got because they don't want him around because he can't control himself around his own people and around women. So he did some crazy stuff in the past, right? Because he's emotional and he was raised by women. And I told you, women can't raise men, right? He's a complete joke. And your arms are flabby as hell. You have no muscle definition and you're weak as hell. And like I said, I'm waiting for you to actually go to any park and like try to compete with me because I want to see how silly you look. Because you gave up on all that. You gave up on the illusion that you were strong. It's not strength regimen, it's weakness regimen. That's what you need to change your name to ASAP. I will expect that name change with 24 hours. Right? Come on, weakness regimen. You're weak. Yeah, you was talking all this smack, but you got shown up. Yeah, you claimed you were Bane and all that nonsense, right? You're Bane, but the Batman's in the street every day. You know, there's no back and forth, brother. You can't come close to me. Like I told you, these people they try to actually recruit dudes. They want to find someone and act like they're strong and big. The Penguin runs to him for all his problems. Like I was talking to you direct. You understand? What do other people have to do with anything? Like what? Ain't nobody scared of that fool. That fool was a coward. He's on camera running from me when I was turned around, my back's to him, and I didn't even know he was behind me. I'm a grown man. We have rules to follow. See, I'm gonna be smart. That's the one thing I did learn over time. That's one thing I've learned is like how to do things the right way. See, I'm not a narc. I don't do all that courtroom stuff for no reason. I could try to do that, but I don't have the means right now financially, and I'm not going to go back and forth, and it's a waste of my time for what? See, that's those people are doing that because they don't have money. The fools over there, like with Groovy Jimmy, the reason they're doing that is they're in desperation. They want to talk above their means, so they're like, "Yeah, I got money. You don't have money. You just said out your own mouth that you took a $5,000 loss, sir. You don't have money, and that was a lie. You're making up money that you don't have. You're trying to fake it till you make it because again, you're just another obsessed stalker who seeing that I'm the real deal and I have real success, right? So you wish that you could emulate what I'm doing. Y'all are up there in New York where the living cost is too high, just like Ralph Bottles says. Ralph Bottles just admitted publicly that his rent is $1,700, right? And you don't pay it. You have a voucher. You live on Section 8, sir. How are you going to pay a $1,700 rent every month if you don't have a job? You do not work. You do not have a job. You are an alcoholic. You have a drinking problem, sir. Okay. You inherited a laundromat. Okay. I know everything because you run your mouth and bump your gums too much, sir. You're super old. You got to be in your 50s or 60s. You're washed up. Like you're not going to have, I mean, it's just, you should have already succeeded. You're an older man, you're elderly, and you're looking for some kind of acceptance and validation on the internet, and you keep going back and forth with people who are irrelevant, just like you, who have nothing, and they're in dilapidated circumstances, and trying to again talk way above their means, and pretend that they're someone they're not. So again, for Ralph Bottles, you inherited a laundromat, and that laundromat failed. You admitted it all publicly. What are you talking about? Bro, I've been a part of that sector. That's the sector I came up in. I've heard you on panels talking because you keep coming over there. Like, well, what do you have to do with anything? You have fake jewelry. You've never made a dime ever. You've never worked hard. You have never held a job. I guarantee this. If you've not proved me wrong, go public and prove me wrong and provide the documentation that you have ever held a job like I have. I've been working since I was 16. I've had so many jobs, it's unreal. I've never been fired even once. You understand? I have had successful careers at every establishment I've worked for. No matter what the Red Triangles tried to do towards the end at a couple of jobs, they didn't succeed in anything. They rewarded me. I went to a higher paying job or I started working two jobs and then my income raised. Did it every time. Over here, same thing. I was making good money, I was working. You put a stop to that, no problem, transferred to YouTube. When things like this are happening, you got to learn how to keep it moving. Feel me? So come on, bro. Say what it is. Hold on. Talk about the facts. All right. Here's the facts. You all wish that I did not have this business. You've tried to do everything you possibly can every day, and all of it is about, well, let's try to convince him and tell him put downs and things that aren't true to make him feel like he's not doing enough, but I do more than everybody. So when the penguin says lazy bats or can dream on or whatever he said, right? How does that make any sense? If I work harder than everybody, I work harder than everybody in the valley and all over the country and the world. I do more than everybody. What? You talk in some weird light. You said something about, aren't I supposed to be saving people? I've been saving people and saving lives. Nobody talks like that. I don't owe you anything. See, you want to treat people some way. Yeah, you do that stuff on the internet though. You don't talk like that. In reality, you're real nice and you're four eyes and you're completely out of shape. And I mean, people just look at you like a walking moniker of laziness. I mean, you're a joke. I mean, you saying lazy is funny because it's all you've ever been. You never work. These people don't get it. While you're sitting there jealous and envious of me, you've seen I've traveled all over the nation, even in front of your eyes. Remember when I was in Oklahoma? Remember when I literally stood up to the Oklahoma corrupt PD? I think it was out there in Oklahoma City and proved they were corrupt. Y'all sent them at me. You tried to ban me from Bricktown, which again could be another lawsuit, and I'm going to bring it up to the lawyer, right? Because they had no right to ban me from somewhere for simply defending myself on audio on my radio show, right? From this group of red triangles doing what they're doing. So they sent these corrupt cops to Bricktown, and then the cops actually used phrases that the red triangles said, trying to paint me as something I'm not. That's just, you don't say that to any human being. So when the cops got there, they had an agenda. I'm using the restroom and they show up, and I already kind of knew they were coming and didn't care. And that's why I'm using the restroom. They don't even want to let me finish using the restroom like a human being. So right off the bat, you're already not treating me as a human being. You see how that can be a lawsuit? You understand? They're going to have to lift these bans everywhere. I'm going to be able to go to Bricktown. I guarantee it, everywhere, because I've done nothing wrong. Like, no, you're getting online in a group, you're targeting me, you're talking to me some way, and then you actually are sending corrupt cops repeatedly. That's what they've done to me for the past, I don't know how many years, to target me, say vile things about me that aren't true for no reason when I haven't shown any of that in my action or words, right? That's crazy, right? And it proves what? Oklahoma City PD is corrupt. And like I said, they've been getting their karma nonstop. You can go look at the headlines on the news every day. Everybody knows Oklahoma City cops are corrupt and a joke. These cops are getting arrested every day. They're getting caught in crimes. They're getting exposed as the pedophiles they are, the joke that they are. They're just horrible people all around. For the most part, I'm not talking about everybody, but I mean, if you're different, hopefully you're different. You know what I mean? But from what I've seen, most of them ain't. Most of you aren't. I'm not going to sit here and kiss up to you and be nice, but what? What? Nah, you're powerless. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's the thing. I don't have to be nice to nobody. I'm the one with the power. I'm literally your superior. I operate above the feds. That's the truth. Now, if people want to be cool with me, cool. I'm all for what you do. If you do your job, I'm all for it. I'm about upholding the law. I think it definitely has a purpose in place. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want defunding or any of that for real. I really don't. I would like people to just do their job as long as it's not corrupt. But when it gets to a point where it's overwhelmed with corruption, then yes, I mean, shouldn't we have defunding? Because if they defund them, I mean, we don't need them. It's the truth. We don't need them. Every environment and every country does better when things are lawless. They really do. Like, anarchy is an amazing concept. I don't care what nobody says. It's an amazing concept. You understand? So, at the end of the day, I mean, people can police themselves. That's really the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, because then it's in the people's hands. Just like on here, like, we shouldn't tolerate any of this behavior. If there weren't any laws, then people would be able to address the people who are doing it face to face, right? And then we would just, do things the right way as a man and stand up as a man and say, you're going to respect me. It was the same thing with gang culture back in the day. Gang culture back in the day, they didn't do nothing but hands because it was about running a fade based off of respect. So then you had nothing crazy going on because you just had, okay, let's run the fade, little homie, and that's it. People wasn't talking as much because they knew if they wrote a check they couldn't cash, they was going to have to try to back it up to the person who was bigger and stronger than them or whatever and could actually back it up. So you build an environment based off of respect. This is now we have this environment based off disrespect. We have the Bosco 100s and all that who got owned by Rosmo 700, right? A bunch of cowards. And then you want to pretend that they're internet superstars, but they're nobody. And that dude is in and out of prison. If they claim to be an internet superstar or some kind of public figure or icon, you're not a public figure if you're constantly going to jail and prison. Real public figures can't afford to do that because they have an image and a reputation. Your reputation is everything in this game. See, if you listen to me talk, you'll understand that I'm so many leagues and light years ahead of y'all. Y'all are so far below me. Why would I worry about you? I'm a businessman. I'm a public figure for real. I'm someone that all these colleges, universities, I don't care, high school, anyone can have me speak at your school to inspire the youth and inspire the people. I'm a role model. I do the real thing. And I'm going to continue to be upright, right? And uphold a standard of being professional and how to act at all times. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's the difference. Cat Williams, he goes to speak at a school or whatever. He gets into it with one of the young dudes, and the young dude ends up winning against him. Y'all are a joke, and y'all glorify him and give him performances. What kind of country is this? He's a grown man. What business does he have sitting there getting into it with somebody who's young as hell and younger than him? It's embarrassing, bro. Y'all never had a career. You had downfalls. Cat Williams has been broke forever. He'll never have any money because he's a Mason who sold his soul. Same with that Kevin Hart dude. He's a complete snake and a joke. He's nobody, always been broke. I don't care about none of these people, bro. You care about me. Notice, Penguin, every video you make, you say something towards me, but I've said nothing to you. Nothing. I don't talk about you because nobody even knows who you are, brother. You have a failed channel. You don't even care about your channel. You just willy nilly throw whatever on there. You don't care about rules, about anything. You just don't care, right? And you're losing it. You're in deep, deep depression. It's very clear. You're eating and gorging nonstop, which is horrible for you and your health. The doctor told you to stop that stuff years ago. You said it out your own mouth, and you continue. So you don't care about your health. You want to talk smack, but it's pretty clear that God's delivering your karma on a silver platter, right? So what kind of game are you playing? You want to play a losing game because you're losing and you'll continue to lose. There's no way for me to lose. You could say whatever you want about my name, brother, at any time. I don't care what you have to say. I don't respect you. It's that simple. You're light years behind me and below me. You're not a man like me. You understand? So I could care less what you say, to be perfectly honest. Hold on. Too many insects, bro. Weird. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, I went to Oklahoma. I had fun when I went out there. Like I said, I mean that Oklahoma experience was crazy all around because that was when this stuff first started. So I'm just a human being reacting because anyone would react like a normal person. You're not supposed to keep your cool when people are, in a group talking about triangulating and all this weirdo stuff. Like remember when I was so loud that the entire like building could hear me? Like, I'm a big dude, man. Like, I'm a force. Like, that's the thing. They knew and understood what a force I am, so they want to try to use that against me. Remember all these places you tried to get me banned from and you tried to stop everything from me for? I all that is good. I'm straight. I've been straight this entire time, and people know me and have a clue what I go through because I've explained things to them. They know I'm here and it's good versus evil. I'm gonna always have access to what I have access to. That's what y'all don't get. People literally wait for me. I got people holding stuff for me, holding positions for me, waiting on me. The NBA, the Timberwolves, they want me to come work for them. I already know if I contact them, they'd be like, "Yeah, can you come over and work?" Do you understand that? Do you understand that when I get the money, if God gives me a little bit of money, I could run up to Minneapolis and go back to work for the NBA and work as a janitor. And I could explain to them beforehand, have a committee meeting, and tell them, look, I need to talk to you. I want to explain to you. This is what people are doing. They're gang stalking me. I'm a public figure. I haven't done anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone, I've said some whatever things. Nothing I regret. I stand on my statements. Like if you want me to work for you, cool. If you don't like, hire me or fire me. But this is what I do. These people keep following me around, and I just want to work here and do my job, and I want them to know that I work here, and I want to be able to film, right, and do what I want to do. So can we do that? And if they say no, then I just keep it a secret that I work there and I do what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? But like that's the type of job I want. Like that's the point that these people don't get. You want to talk about money, bro? All it takes is going to any major city in the U.S. at any point, getting a little bread together, traveling, and I can create a situation like that. It might not be easy, but it ain't nothing I ain't done a million times over. I can create any situation anywhere. So that's when these people are talking and they want to say this and that. It's because they're jealous of me, the gifts that I have. The gifts that I have is what will create everything for me. Nothing was given to me. Ralph Bottles, you were handed everything. You had an inheritance. You were given money. You were given a laundromat, and you literally did nothing with it. And you can't stand me because I G checked you on a panel a long time ago and told you, bro, you're nowhere close to me. What are you talking about? Like you're not even close to homeless people. There's homeless people who got more than you, bro. All you are is an alcoholic. I mean, you can't even get a woman who's halfway good looking or decent or a good person. Let's get real. You understand? You don't play basketball. You're not Batman. What are you worried about me for, bro? The dude tried to say a put down. He said, "You're on a bicycle with a mask." Yeah, it's called being Batman on a bat pod. What are you talking about? Like what? Like, yeah, and those bicycles, I can literally attach engines to them, and there you go. It's a bat pod. So what do you mean? Batman can use bicycles to do what he needs to do. Just like I used an electric scooter that was literally a bat cycle, I called it, and it worked just like one. So, I mean, how is that wrong to be doing the real thing? How could you talk down on something nobody's ever done and I'm the only one who's ever done it and build functional bat suits? They got people with tons of money, bro. All these people have so much money they claim and none of them do, but they have people who do have money, some money, and they could never build a functional bat suit. They got them on eBay and stuff in these sites right now, Etsy and stuff, trying to sell them way overpriced, like where it's like you spend, a couple of $1,000s to get you this bat suit, but they don't want to give you the mask. What's the point of that? Because you printed it with a 3D printer, trying to make a come up. No, what I see is I analyze people's behavior and their hustle. I can see that all of you have no hustle. All of you, hold on. These folks get on these panels like that scam lame, right? And they talk about how they have to do illegal activity to make a living. Right there, I can tell that you're slow. What are you? Don't ever talk to me. What are you saying my name for? Don't talk to me, bro. Come on, bro. You're not nowhere near my level. I'm a genius, bro. I make all my money legally. I have my entire life. Everything is legal by the book. I follow the law. That's what you have to do to preserve yourself and to have a future. So again, Ralph Bottles, you failed at everything you ever did. You look up to me. I'm your role model, whether you like it or not. Don't make me your competition, buddy. You haven't been through anything I've been through. You want to act like you're tough because you mouthed off to the cops a couple of times. That don't make you tough, partner. I got news for you, Ralph Bottles. You're not tough. Now, if you want to prove to me that you're tough, why don't you do a boxing match? What do y'all have to lose in that sector? Get the Buns Dot, get Tone Space, get all them cowards together and have boxing matches with everybody. Mike Mills, all of them in the sector. What are you waiting for? You've had years. The Buns Dot is known for losing every bout he's in the street. He's scared of that Michael Stevens individual. He's terrified of him, right? He told him, I don't want no problems. Then he goes online and keeps running his mouth. That's why Michael Stevens has an issue with you. Because y'all don't know when to stop and you keep running your mouth online. It's very obvious. Just like people have informed all you people, like that Rio Flame and Rio James dude. There was a woman telling him on a panel, like, dude, you're not understanding. There's people who listen to this and you're really running your mouth. Those people, they don't have any concept of reality. Okay. Then you got Cliffy Cupcakes, Clifton Rainey, and he wants to constantly go back and forth with someone. How is that right or okay? Y'all want to talk about Steez, but Steez couldn't stand none of you. What do you mean? You didn't respect Steez. Like, Steez had just recently, before all that happened, he had just called you out, Rap Bottles, and called you a coward and a snake. Because that's what you are. You try to go to other panels, they laugh at you and laugh you out the building. You don't even have any friends on here. You have no friends. You talking about, you told Homeboy, that's my main channel. You don't have a main channel. You're not a YouTuber. Are you monetized? No. The dude said, this is what Ralph Bottle said, this is how delusional these folks are, and I proved that they don't mind lying. He said that he has 4,000 subs. Yeah, right. Like, you're going to have the number of subs I have genuinely, but you haven't put no work in and you're not monetized and not getting paid from this, and you're jealous of me and admitted to me that you watch me and you're a gang stalker of mine? Please explain, Ralph. See, when I get y'all fools on here where you have to actually back up what you're saying and we have a real conversation as real people, what you're incapable of, it makes you look silly. You don't have a channel. You paid for your subs, you pay for views, and you still can't get none. It's pathetic. You don't have a business. You're not monetized. You do not make a dime on YouTube, Ralph Bottles. I guarantee that. So what are you talking for? Why would you say, oh, this is my main you don't have a main channel? What are you talking about? You have some mockery, some fake stuff, right? Because you want to pose. So that proves what? You're living a lie. Everything about you is a lie. Like when you claim to own 5 cars because you're upset because I really do. There's 4 cars in my lot. The other homeboy, he owns his own car dealership. He's supposed to be holding my Mercedes. It's an E-Class, like presidential. I own it. What are you talking about? It was perfect when I left. I mean, it's been sitting forever, and like I haven't even gotten to get in touch with the dude because I can't because this system lied on everything, lied on their tickets, and did everything to hold me back. I'm cool with it. I don't care. I'm all vehicled out, man. That's why I put them in a lot and forget about them and don't care. And I pay it every month over $100. That's wealth. That's a man with money. That's a man who's balling and makes money. So when I'm asking y'all, hey, can you donate and help and support? Well, what's wrong with that if I take care of everything? I don't understand. When you're rich and wealthy, what you own ends up owning you. You have to pay on everything. So you're not making any sense. You see my point? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. I had everyone against me. Nobody gave me nothing my entire life. You see that? They stole my inheritance. I was never given any inheritance. They stole everything. What are you talking about? Whatever they tried to give me, it was all designed in a specific form and fashion to make me lose it all. And I didn't lose it. I liquidated the property because I'm smart, sold it for 100K, and I had to go to a homeless shelter, live in there. Couldn't even live on my own property, right? So what do you mean? They designed everything to mess me over, man. Nobody supported me. People had their hands out. That's why I did everything for everybody. What do you mean? It's the same thing now. People ain't trying to see me um in the future with a home and money and successful. I'm okay with that, bro. I came up in the street. It ain't nothing for me. All I would need is to get to a major city. That's all. I don't care if I have nothing. I'm smart enough. I can go to a major city. I could try to figure it out. Real talk. I don't care if I got to sleep outside. I will find a shelter somewhere. I would go to a major city. I'd go to a shelter and I would start from scratch. And I bet you anything, I would start doing better immediately than I've ever done. Because the minute I get away from all you negative folks, I'm able to build whatever I want. I wouldn't tell any of you where I'm going. That's what I would do. If I lost everything tomorrow, whatever, I got God. When you have God, you lose nothing. That's what you don't get. See, knowledge is power, Ralph. See the point? See, Ralph, you want to get on here and talk gangster just like that weirdo Rob Wack and all y'all, but you don't know nothing about being a gangster. See, that's gangster. Gangster is having the knowledge and mindset that you come from the street. I mean, look at the training I do, brother. You don't think that that goes into walking in the street and holding my own? You see, I don't do no talking. You see, I ain't you. You see, I'm really G'd up. You see, I'm a real gangster. That's why I talk like this. This is not rehearsed. I'm not Tazo TV practicing in the mirror. That's why you trying to talk like me. You ain't built like that. Tazo TV, you're a joke. Like I said, you didn't even G-check Mighty Mouse. You still running from him. Like, come on, bro. You ain't got gas money or what? You claimed you had an issue because he's a pedophile. You ain't do nothing about it. What's up, little Wody? Talking about gang culture. You ain't never been a gang member. It's like 50 Cent said, well, your brother says you were never in a gang. Tazo TV, you were never in a gang. You're up there in Virginia. I've had action on the street in Richmond, Virginia. I've gotten busy more than you ever will in Virginia. I'm a legend in Virginia and I was barely there. You are nobody in Virginia. When you say you had dudes give it up for you, keep saying that. That's funny. Do you know what that means? Boy, talk like that in prison. They're gonna laugh at you. That's why when you get around anybody halfway real, they laugh at you and they get the best of you, Tazza. You're a sheltered individual. You're spoiled rotten. What do you mean? You wanted to do photos, you know what, whatever, photos and hang out with fake girlfriends that realized you was a sucker, so they just used you and you have nothing to use for, and then they left. Can't even hold on to a girl. Right, Tazo? Every time y'all come over here, now we gonna do real talk. I'm gonna really get you in your feelings. I am reality. The Ping one failed. Rob Wack failed. Ralph Bottles failed. Rio James for sure failed. All he does is drink. He's living on Section 8. He's a bum. He got nothing. He's homeless. Right? Who else? Buns Dot for sure failed. Tone Space for sure failed. Tone Space had like y'all are trying to misquote too and lie. First you say that he had 3 police reports on him, then you lie and say that he had nothing to do with it. Which is it? Because he was talking about 3 police reports when he spoke directly, right when he was having his conniption fit out there up in New York. So why was he tripping if he wasn't a part of it? So whatever. Well, there was 3 police reports in the mix for somebody, either the fake girlfriend or him. And then what happened? The fake girlfriend got taken to court, and there was an active restraining order placed upon her. That's called karma, right? And then the dude's trying to seek a settlement. Last I heard, right? I don't know if he got it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they have to pay. I don't even think they have that money. What happened? Did the Red Triangles fund that? Because I'm gonna tell you something else. To Tone Space, to real life is not in cyberspace on here. To you, I'm calling you out directly publicly. If you use money from Cash Apps or PayPal or Venmo or any donations that come from the Red Triangles to pay that fine in court, understand that that's like literally that's like money laundering. You're using illegal, you know what money from an illegal underground organization. It doesn't work that way. And the court system is a joke because they should have investigated this all beforehand.
See, that's the point of why I do what I do, because I can do your job better than you. I'm not doing your job. I don't have to. I'm doing mine, which is Batman, the world's greatest detective. You fools are slow. You don't care about justice. You don't mind things being corrupt. Just like in ATL, they want to take the drug dealers off the street, right? I got arrested in Bankhead on the most notorious drug street in all ATL, bro. The dude had a you know what on him under his white tee. It was dark like this, and I'm out there, right? I got caught in the wrong place, wrong time. Homeboy, the dope boy, ducked into the abandoned building right there. We was on the worst block, like I think right there in Fulton County or whatever. I got arrested in Bankhead on the most notorious drug street in all of Atlanta. So who is you talking to? It don't get no realer than me, because you see these people, they all secretly hate me because they know I'm real as it gets. I've learned a thing or two. And what I learned that day is that the cops, the corrupt officers in ATL, because Atlanta's corrupt as hell. And what's crazy is I paid rent and lived with a guy who does heating and air, and he had people who was related to him and friends who were cops. So I've been right around it and didn't even know it. Now I get it. So my point is, they would take the dope boys off the street, take their money, and send them back on the street to keep on dealing. That's what they do in ATL. See, the trick is Batman can go to Atlanta, and no matter what they say, they won't like it, just like in New York or anywhere. You think that these corrupt cops are going to like what I'm doing? I'm not here for you to like. You think Batman doesn't have the power to stop folks from dealing? And if I see that, if I see, oh, okay, the cops are picking them, I can watch everything. I could be in a bush somewhere. You don't know where I'm at. I could pay attention to every little thing you're doing, and I can record it. What if I'm in Atlanta and I'm Batman and I'm in the street at night and I'm out in Bankhead and I'm just monitoring, looking at what people are doing, and I have my camera and I'm filming, and I catch corrupt cops picking up a dope boy, taking his money and putting him back on the street? Do you see what I'm saying? And then I go public with that footage. See, Batman has a real purpose. Everything is not macho. It's about exposing the truth. And it would be easy to catch out there because they're not paying attention, they don't know, and they're used to doing things corrupt. And then guess what? Those officers would lose their job and they'd be looking at prison time. I can interview dope boys. I'll go to any block. I don't care. I used to run dope boys off corners. I was the enforcer in Atlanta. That's what I did. I used to pull up in my truck to whole gas stations where all them fools had the you know what under their white tees, every single one of them, every one of them. And I'd pull up to the gas station by myself, nothing, just me and my hands. And I got one homeboy with one dude with me, and they talking about who you with, and I just look at them like I don't even know if I can replicate the look because I looked like I had a look on my face like a gorilla at the time, but I just looked at them like they was like we good, we are. They didn't want to mess with me. Real talk, just looked at them like because I'm not out there playing. See, I really come from that. You could look at me and tell that I come from. You can look at me and see that, like, even though I'm white, you could tell that, like, I have that look. Like, I'm an actual gangster and thug. Like, I've been in Atlanta and Bankhead. Like, I live this. I know what it means to really get busy and put work in. So when you got some internet nerds like Penguin talking about I'm putting work in isn't going to a job, smart one. You don't even know the meaning of what put work in. You're not being cute. You's a grown man, bozo. I'm gonna ask you again. When are you and your brother gonna make a sufficient living? You have no excuse. Be a man, bro. You know what I mean? Quit leaning on everybody else. You did a trip off the strength of the other people, your support system. Why don't you make the money yourself without a job that was handed to you? Quit moving ingots. You go get a job. You be a man, right? Just like you can't address me. You had an issue with me. I responded and you got put in your place and you won't do nothing about it because I own you. You understand, little penguin? A bird that cannot fly, right? No, you. Why don't you go get a real job, right? And quit committing crimes? And why don't you make the money yourself? You want to impress me? Make the money yourself and go move to like Boston. You understand? Like I've done a million times. I've been all over this country, bro. I done paid rent. I'd have got me a spot everywhere I went. In Green Bay, I got me a spot. I had to talk to a coworker to do it, and they were like concerned because they're like, "Dude, it's like freezing out here. Like you'll literally get frostbite out here. Like, you know what I mean? Like out there, it's so cold. Like you cannot be out there like that." And that's what Jennifer Benish continuously, repeatedly tried to have happen to me, and I'm still alive. Figure that. Everything y'all did, you literally would say what you're going to do ahead of time. You said you were bringing me out there, and you wanted that to happen to me in the cold. And Sub Zero went up there and went up in the cold and literally handled temperatures nobody could. I'm from Texas and I handled it better than all of them. I walked through the cold like sub-zero and like ate the ice like no problem. Just like when y'all was talking about all that stuff that happened in Lansing Heights in Michigan, nothing happened to me. A dude couldn't control his emotions because he got played, and somebody went behind his back, right? Someone who's looking at a federal indictment on here, chicken legs, and so he lost it and got emotional, and that's it. He didn't do anything to me. I'm good. Not a scratch on me. Wasn't there at that time either. Nobody did anything to me. So you want to make up a story and lie? See, they go online, they think they can take things away from people by talking, by lying. You're lying. You're not talking about the truth. The truth is that he got sunned and you got owned. That's the truth. The truth is your little plot got foiled and you got sunned. What? Right. Come on, bro. You're not making any sense. I told you ahead of time. I can't get into any problems in the street with anyone. I have a career and look where I'm at now. See, had I not listened to myself and if I had broken my rule, right, that day, I would not be in this position right now. That's why you're so mad. Because I made the right decisions within my life to be successful and keep it shaking, keep it moving, and be progressive and get to a point and build all this. You were upset at my future. See, I didn't lose anything because a grown man, couldn't control his emotions or control his woman. I gained something. It's called self preservation. It's called controlling your emotions. It's the strongest thing you can do. See what I'm saying? No, I understood what the game was. I understand, okay, this is a complete sociopath, psychopath, and she thinks that she's going to play games with me and stop me from having my beautiful future. And I looked at all of you and laughed in your face and told you what it is and who I am. And like I said, your homeboy got out of character and did something that was shameful, embarrassing on his part. It was embarrassing. And he tried his hardest, folks, and he did nothing to me. I'm right here, look good as hell. That they got the biggest dude they can find, John, right? The fake husband or whatever you said, and he tried his hardest and couldn't do nothing to me, knowing that I can't even defend myself. I have a career. I just said this. So you knew ahead of time. You were informed what it was. Sucker stuff. This is what these people do. Why don't you give people the credit? I was strong enough to know that you were trying to set me up and walk into your setup. Sounds like Batman to me. When Batman has no reaction and you get the biggest guy you can to try to do something to me, to literally try, and he tries and he actually like does something, and I literally just ate that and looked at him, that's a monster. That's what happened. No, nobody was scared. You were sitting there playing games with the door like a weirdo. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get out and get away. I'm not going to just sit there. Common sense. You're not making any sense. So again, what are you talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. They were jealous because I'm a street dude. So, oh, you wanted to take my street stripes? Okay, why didn't you? If I told you ahead of time and I said the rules and I said you have to follow rules of engagement, that's G code. If I told you the rules of engagement and said I cannot get into anything in the street with anyone right now because I have a career, I'm working at this bar, and I have a future. So if I told you that, you were fully aware of that, why would you do that and play game? Right. You wanted to compromise me for my beautiful future. That's a cop out. That's coward stuff. See what I'm saying? Nah. Like if you felt that way and you was jealous, low key, you could have said how you felt. You didn't have to try to put me in some weird situation. And questioning it again, why were you dealing with me at that time and all of my you know what and all super obsessed and attracted or whatever with me, right? And even after that, at the same story, why did you do all that? Why are you pursuing me? This is what all these so-called women did. Why are you pursuing me if you can't stand me and you're doing things against me? If that's what you want to see from me, why are you pursuing me? So, like I said, you've got some so called women out there in the world, and I'm going to warn the youth and people and so called dudes, because y'all ain't men, of the reality. You need to be careful with these so called women because some of them are just toxic and disgusting, and they're only there to do dirt towards you. Like Sean Kingston sung about, and him and the mother, whoever went to prison. See, we're free. All your rappers like Tupac, Biggie, I mean, come on, do I really need to spell it out? They won. I'm here free and alive. I'm here winning. I own everything. Tupac, Biggie, King Von, every one of them. What do you mean? What? I know FBG Duck's name was in the mix for something. I don't know if he was the one something happened with or what, but I mean, all them Chirac savages is soft. Look at what happened with Little Reese, with what he did in his pants. Just like a narc, right? Can't control your bowels. What are you talking about? Chirac savages are a joke, right? Remember the other dude, what was his name, that kept drinking lean? That other Chirac savage, you remember the lean got him? Just saying, bro. Look at young Pappy. Look at how many folks we done lost. Well, you want to tell me I'm doing something wrong? I'm alive. I don't care about money. So you want to act like you're doing something because, like I said, you're trying to deflect and get away from the points that you're concerned and worried about, which is the fact that I'm making this money and getting this check and I'm free and I'm not only a member of my community, I'm a leader of this community, and people look up to me. I have love for everybody. Like I said, I support everybody, and I don't care what your job is. I support you. I'm a good person. I'm just not going to forget about the past and not keep talking because this is my chance to tell my story to the public, and I have to. I'm not holding on to anything. I forgave everybody. That's why I'm nice to people when they approach me. Be nice. I have respect for human beings, period, man. I love life and I love people. So, like I said, you tried to make me look some way and you were doing a lot more than that, and it's all backfired. None of it worked. I'm gonna keep saying the truth. So, like I said, what do you mean? I don't have an agenda with anyone. I'm just about stopping evil, stopping corruption. And I'm gonna tell you something again. When you did that G code violation, right, and you were informed, right, rules of conduct, and you violated that, that was a violation, G code violation. So what are you talking about? That's coward stuff. That's a snitch. So both of you are snitches. Common sense. But moving forward, and that's what you don't want to be. But moving forward, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if that incident hadn't happened, was it wasn't an incident, it was just some nonsense. But if you hadn't have pulled that clown nonsense, it wouldn't have set off in me what I needed to set off. So I'm so happy that it happened, right? Because the fact that I was unable to do anything or defend myself, and I informed the whole world about this beforehand. So again, you can see the game that people are playing, right? The fact that all that happened, it woke something up in me, and then that's when I immediately went to do bar security, and all I was doing was getting active, getting busy in these bars and clubs. And then I made a name for myself doing that because of what you did. So it helped me. See, everything that happens, even if it's a negative experience, I alchemize it and it helps me. Your goal wasn't for me to alchemize it and me to win. Your goal was for me to lose, and you wanted to stop me from building my future and from winning. You wanted to block my blessing. I defeated you. Me being calm and not responding and not doing anything was the right decision, little homie. And I'm not in violation of G code. See the point? I'm cool with everybody. I'm on good terms with everybody. That doesn't change because somebody starts talking who's a rat. Because you start lying. You talk all you want. That's what rats do. See what I'm saying? But when you're the boss, you move how you want and you do what you want. See, I move like a boss. Y'all wish you looked like this. Let's just get real. Like I said, what you talking about? Look at this. Eight-time world record holder already. I'm just barely getting started, bro. I'm about to break a whole bunch more world records. I'm Debo in the flesh for real. What you talking about? When I was riding around on that bike, I'm Debo out here. The real deal. I'm not faking the funk. I'm not here trying to act cute. See, that's the thing. Don't give me a pass, bro, ever. Most dudes, they was faking it. Like most dudes in my position, they would fake it. I really get busy. I'm really the real. I'm a nightmare. Don't ever give me a pass. I want everything coming to me. I want my whole life to be getting busy. I'm a monster for real. Yeah. I call it crazy. Crazy is a dismissive term. Crazy is a term because you aren't capable of what I am. You can't do what I do. Like I said, I'm just stating the truth. People like Rob Wack, I don't think about you. I don't care about you. The reason I'm bringing you up, you keep talking my direction and saying my name, and you said some fake negativity, and I'm not cool with that. I'm not going to let that slide. Come on, bro. You're homeless in a hotel, man. You talking about I used to be homeless. You are homeless. You're in a hotel and somebody else paid for it. right? Janet paid for it, right? And Janet paid for it with illegal money. Let's state the facts. Yes, she definitely does illegal activity. That's a known fact. See, these people, they talk too much. They telling themselves then, oh, you shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah, because you don't want the secrets to get out, huh? Come on, bro. That lady would sit there and donate little money to people, and she tries to stunt like she's got money all the time. Like, I mean, it's clear that you do an illegal activity, or somebody's giving you money from illegal activity. Something's weird about that. And like I said, she's always tried to act like she has money, but it's so funny because you're trying to stunt on YouTube with little money, with little nothing, and I'm the guy who's the only self-made trillionaire who ever existed. These people act like I put money on camera. Not really. I did a couple of times for fun on here, and nobody came close to me. I put more money on camera on YouTube than anyone who's ever been on this platform. They don't want to admit this, but it's the truth. So what are you talking about? At one time, in one video, I don't floss, I don't flaunt, I don't need to. What are you talking about? When I had 300,000 in the bank, I was not showing off. I did like maybe a couple of videos, like when I bought the Mitsubishi Eclipse and I put like, you know what I mean, like 30, 40 G's, 60 G's in the trunk just for fun. What do you mean? That's all. I make a video here and there because that's what you do. You make a video to, if you got it, flaunt it, right? And what happens is law of attraction when you get money like that, and then you make a video like that, and people see, oh, he got money. It's not so, oh, you can start stalking me and all this nonsense you want to act like it's for. It's for manifesting. So when I do that, then people say, oh, he about money, he make money, and then it tracks through the law of attraction more money to me. See, I always talk about money because that's how you manifest it. Real talk. I'm doing it in front of your eyes right now. I've already done it. I've done it with music, man. How do you think I manifested all these millions of dollars every time? Through my music, through talking about it on tracks. Like, you got to learn that, money is a vibration too. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be spiritual. It can be a positive thing if you're a good person. In the right hands, it can be positive. In the wrong hands, it can be used to do a lot of evil. You folks spent millions of dollars that you didn't have, all the money you had, however money it was, trying to stop me. You failed. And I've got you to the point, like he said in the film to Bruce Wayne, he said, you hammered them to the point of desperation. And in their desperation, they turned to a man they didn't quite completely understand, the Joker. That's where I have all you illegal criminal organizations right now, especially the Red Triangles. You're in desperation. You talking to me about money in a chat is funny. That's comedic. See, that's some fake funny stuff that I'm not going to take seriously or care about. I'm going to laugh at you and put you in your place with the facts and acknowledge that's a lot of money, and you don't have that money. You've never had $170. That individual that was talking, I guarantee it. You're poor. So that's number one. But number two, isn't it a greater scale and a bigger level that I put my money and thousands of dollars into building the bat suits, making them fully functional? The bat cycle I used for what, a year plus for everything I did, all the money that went into this for the steel armor, everything. Right? Did you hear that? Because I did. Notice how I don't move, don't budge. I'm from the hood. Y'all heard it or not? You're probably going to pretend you didn't, or YouTube won't let you because they play games with the mic. But I just heard it, and that wasn't no firework. Only other thing it could be is like maybe the car, the muffler, but I doubt it. Y'all just heard that? Gotta start paying attention, man. You know what I mean? Unless today's a holiday and it's June 29th, I don't think so. You know what I mean? So, like I said, my whole point, I pay attention to everything. I have supersonic hearing. When people have always tried to talk behind my back, and they'll be in front of me, but like at a distance, and I hear everything they're saying. And then they don't get it. They trip when I G check, and I'm like, "What's up? Like, what you talking about?" Like that's the thing. When people, the street I come from, the block I come from, we do not tolerate talking smack at all. I'm the same way now. I don't care where I'm at, who you are. I'm not letting you talk smack about me. So, like I said, when people make that a habit on the internet, right? What kind of game is you trying to play? I just want to know. You need to explain to me the situation. Because if you notice, I didn't ask any questions. I already sunned everybody. I already won. See what I'm saying? All the other folks, well, they're hiding and running from me. That's what I want. See, you folks are giving me what I want.
So again, we got to really go over the facts here. I've been to Alcatraz twice. I was ranked in the top 4 in the state of Texas in tennis in USTA. Look it up. I played about 2 Zats. I think the second Zat I won the whole thing and became a champ. Then I won the whole champ tournament in Corpus Christi. I think it was the first tournament. Became a super champ. Come on, bro. In reality, there was an older dude. I was young. I was super. I'm a little kid. Hold on. So the reality, I was a little kid. You want to know how crazy? And this is what I learned early when I was a little kid. How fickle so-called women are. This is why I don't waste my time dealing with them. I have me a girlfriend. She's a real woman, Christina. Hmm. You know what happened? I went from being a nobody and started Zat tournaments barely, and I'm a little kid. I was a little kid, bro. Okay, and it shows so-called women too, because they have no standards. They don't care. That's why they get caught for cases like this all the time. And there was an older girl. I was young. I don't know how old I was. I mean, I'm guessing like 11 or 12. I'm a little kid. Hold on. And that girl, okay, like I said, she was older than me, right? And she was dating this dude named Jesse, right? And she was like kind of like Mexican, Hispanic looking or whatever, right? And like she literally, like in front of him, when she found out that I became a champ, she was already like, wow. When I became a super champ, this happened within like a few weeks. His girlfriend, fake girlfriend at that, was literally like all over my you know what, like literally walking up to me and sitting down and trying to actively flirt with me and get at me. And I'm a kid. I was like 12 years old, bro. She's older than me. Okay? So when what y'all don't understand, when I would do those tennis tournaments, there was a time I would have girls that would chase me into laundry rooms when I was a little kid. I got a buzz cut. They walk up to me, put their hand on my head and rub my head, but like they were flirting and like I'm a little kid, so I don't understand what's going on. I had times when I was little because I was good looking when I was little, like just like I am now, but like I was beautiful. I had a head full of hair, blonde hair, and when I get a buzz cut, I look good. Like I've always been good looking. I remember this one girl, she was older than me, and it really freaked me out. Like I was genuinely kind of scared because I didn't understand what was going on. She chased me into a laundry room, bro, in like an Embassy Suites hotel in one of these cities. Like I don't think it was Lakeway. It was like what's that city called? It sounds like Kyrie Irving. Like I don't know if it was Kyle. It was some place out there, and I actually like the city. It's really beautiful. Kerrville, I think. I think it was Kerrville. I think it was like the Embassy Suites in Kerrville or some crazy stuff. And she chased me in the laundry room, and she was trying to like actually get at me like in the laundry room, bro. Like she was actually like trying to do something. And like I didn't understand what was going on, and I like ran the hell out of the laundry room, like run for your life, because I was like a freak. Like I'm too young, bro. I didn't understand what was happening. Like it's kind of scary. You know what I mean? And yeah, I ran out the damn room. I was like, forget that. I'm talking like, bro, y'all don't even know, bro. Y'all would be talking about women, bro. I've never had that problem, bro. I'm talking about when I was a little kid, I remember I was in our vehicle. I was in the back seat, and these girls, you can kind of guess what they did. Like, I don't want to say it on here, but like they saw me and like saw whatever that I was good looking. Like they all stood in front of the car and literally one after the other, like, did what they did and were trying to show me something, and they all did it like right there, and I'm just there like, well, like embarrassed, like blushing and stuff, like what the hell. Like I used to drive around in my Cobalt all over Atlanta through Florida, and like bus loads of girls would be like, "It's Eminem." I'm like completely serious. They're like, he's so cute. Who is that? I'm talking about they literally. I'd go to club. I went to a convention in Miami and Florida because I went to high school in Florida. I went to 4 different high schools. The minute I showed up, every girl at that place at that convention was like, "It's Brad Pitt." I swear to you, bro. I'm not making this up. So this is why a lot of people on YouTube they jealous of me because I've always been a good looking guy. I never tried. And the thing is, I was never the type that I looked for attention or I really cared or that was something I wanted. And that's why, Chicken Legs was mad at me on here. I've had girls act like they with me and be mad and jealous of me and show it while they with me. Like, how does that make sense? Right? Because I get attention without trying. I'm too good looking for my own good and I'm too smart for my own good. I'm not kidding, bro. We went to a convention in Miami and like literally every girl in the building was like, I want his number. That's Brad Pitt. Like every single one of them. I used to walk on different campuses because I was trying to choose which high school I wanted to go to in Miami. The minute I walked in those campuses, every single like Mexican girl, whatever Cuban, Cubano, whatever they were, was like, who the hell is that? I had teachers, okay, trying to get at me in high school. Teachers talking about he's a southern gentleman and blow like everything to try to get at me. Y'all don't get it, bro. Like when I was in high school, I would dress like a prep. I wore collared shirts, like tight collared shirts. Like I know how to dress. I'm a man. I got a body. I work out. Like, I'm just saying, bro, we not the same, bro. That's why when these folks be trying to talk to me some way on here, bro, I'm a grown man. Do you understand how attractive I am? You think I don't know that? See, you want to pretend, bro, because we in the new age and all these so-called women is a joke. Like I said, all they moms was pursuing me. They were all of their mothers were pursuing me. Every single one of them. When I was 16, they were pursuing me. I'm just telling you the truth, bro. Like, dude, nah, women been trying to get at me since forever, bro. Like, I've had some pretty crazy experiences. Not gonna lie, man. You know what I mean? Some of them kind of uncomfortable and weird too. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, no. Oh no, I forgot to tell you. It even happened. We were in California, I think. We were like in San Diego, and my dad. We would always practice baseball. I'm a little kid, dog, and I swear on everything I love. I was a little tiny kid, but I'm telling you, I was just beautiful. I was handsome. I was just a good looking, kid. And like this lady, and well, what's the craziest part and the saddest part is that all these girls that tried to get at me, they were actually good looking, like extremely good looking, all of them. But like it was just weird and it was not the right time or place, right? Obviously. And I was not with it, right? But I was playing baseball with my dad practicing. This chick walks up to the baseball field and I think she like sat in the dugout or something or like on the bench and she's just watching. And, knowing my dad, let's get real. My dad supposedly embezzled a bunch of money. He would go behind who's back. He did a bunch of crazy stuff with a Shoney waitress and he was trying to use me as a token piece and I wasn't comfortable with it, so I told on him and that was kind of what led to a separation and stuff. There was a lot of stuff that happened. But man, I used to love eating at Shoney's too, but he ruined it for me. Yeah, he was trying to use me because, like I said, I was cute and I'm a cute boy or whatever. So he was trying to use me as like a sympathy plea, and he was like, it was weird. My dad was getting videos of like this country in Native America because that's where the woman was from. He showed me everything he was doing. I saw it all with my own eyes. So I went and told my mom, like, bro, like this is not right, So then whatever happened happened. Um, but like, what was I talking about? Yeah, this chick, I know she was way older than me. Like she might have been like grown. She was trying to, what, like she wanted to actually like take me with her, and she did it right in front of my father, right in front of my dad. We were playing baseball and practicing baseball, and she started asking him about me. It was creepy, and I'm a little kid, bro. And like she was really in, like she literally, I think she literally told my dad he can come home with me. Like that's what y'all don't get. I've had crazy broads, women, girls pursue me like I'm literally like starburst candy my entire life. I understand what goes on to an extent. I don't understand it. I think women are insane. Like it's scary. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, she was like talking to my dad, and I'm sure my dad was probably like, he was probably like interested, like, like, what's up? And my dad was a grown man, and a big dude at that, and and he's an attorney, much less, that's you got a lot going for you when you're an attorney, man. Women like attorneys, especially today. Because if you got money or they think you got money, that's what they're after because they're all gold diggers and fake, especially now. But she didn't care about my dad at all. She was completely set on me. She literally talked to my dad. She was asking every question in the book about me. I don't know if literally I had to like talk to her for a second or something, and it was super weird. And like she was asking my dad about everything. I remember she said something like that, like he can come home with me, and then he was joking about it or talking about it in the car with my mom when we're driving away from the field. I was just freaked out, and because she was trying to, she wanted to take me, because she wanted to take me with her. That's scary. You understand? And my dad was, I don't know if he joked about it, but he talked about it. He was explaining to her like, yeah, some woman was trying to grab him and take him like right in front of me. It was weird, man. And yeah, like she wasn't playing either. Like she was serious. Yeah, she wasn't she didn't want me to come home with her to, have a tea party and eat crumpets. I mean, she meant business. And I'm being for real. It was weird, man. It was creepy. And that's my whole thing. Like so-called women are such weird creatures to me. They really are like disturbing and scary. They're weird. Like I really think most of y'all are weird. I see through the act. Like I see that most of y'all are demonically possessed because I watched it since I was a kid. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, they're weird, bro. They do weird stuff. I see y'all they catch cases every day. You know how many women are pedophiles on this planet? Tons of them. You know how many teacher student cases there are every day? But that's what I'm saying. Like as I grew up, it's like the same type of woman could be right in front of me when I'm older, and women are the weirdest creatures I've ever seen because they won't have any interest. Not that I would have it now. I have a girlfriend and I don't care, right? But and I understand what it is now more, at least on my side, how I see things. So my perception is a lot different. But I'm just saying, I could be right in front of them. They won't want to pursue me. They're weird. Like I'm just saying, so-called women. I'm just being honest. A lot of y'all are pedophiles. Y'all ain't fooling me. You might be able to fool other people, but I know that you really have some kind of weird fetish or something going on, and y'all really can't just be normal for 5 seconds. And like, you don't want like an actual man or someone your age. It's weird, bro. I think a lot of it honestly has to do with control. Control, and maybe like, I don't know. I guess they want, oh, there's a light bug on me. They might want someone that they can, I don't know, baby, or I don't know what the deal is, but they definitely want control. I'm gonna say that much. I think it's about control, personally. But yeah, it was creepy, bro. She came over there. She was dressed, weird, and she was serious, bro. And she was really walking around, approaching me, asking my dad about me. Like I was just a cute kid, bro. I had, beautiful hair. I looked beautiful, and I'm just minding my business with my little baseball bat, trying to play baseball. And I got older women, grown women, trying to recruit me for their team and stuff. Like it was crazy, bro. Like I remember in middle school too, I'd have like other tennis. There was this one chick named Bridget Bader, and she played tennis. Bader, Bridget Bader, and the whole school was talking about she liked me and this and that. Nothing happened with that. I talked to her at one point, and that was it. Um, there was a bunch of them, bro. There was another one. Not much really ever happened. I didn't really know how to talk to girls when I was younger. I didn't. I just like I don't now. I don't understand them. They're weird. Like honestly, y'all are weird. I don't care what you're talking about. Y'all weird. But what else? There's one I played tennis with at Lakeway Tennis Center, which is like the snobbiest, richest area in Texas, pretty much in Austin. They got great barbecue and everything, I think, out there in Lakeway. And I was at the Lakeway Tennis Center, which is, like I said, the snobs. I remember there was one chick I would hang out with, and we'd always spend time together. And I remember we had like one moment or something like alone in some. It was this big auditorium, and it was like where they would hold conventions and feed you, I guess, and stuff. But like, I don't think anybody was in there, and we went in there or whatever. And like, but I was real little. I was like 12 or something. Like I'm a kid, so I didn't understand it. And then I remember the friend would keep hinting, "Oh, she wants to kiss you and blah blah this and that," and like I can't remember if it ever happened. It probably did, but at one point, but nothing ever arose from it. But like I just remember there was this chick that played tennis, like, and she was like kind of dark complected, like looked like Mexican Latina or something like that, and like she was super good looking. But like I just I didn't understand. I was too young. Like my mind wasn't on all that. I kind of got it, but I kind of didn't, and I was like too shy. So I'm just being honest. Like that's how it was. I was always shy, man. I didn't talk till I was like 3 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I said, like all this other stuff that these people want to usher into my life, no. That's your answer. Just no. Sometimes you got to just say no. All that stuff came a couple of years ago. That stuff happened about a decade ago when they started targeting me in Austin. And like I said, yeah, and all those people are involved. Danny, who I already addressed publicly. Some of this is on public record, bro. These people are looking at possible federal indictments. Yep, Danny is. She's the one that tried me in that bar and I put her in her place verbally because she started talking like y'all do. Right, trying to play games with me. So that other dude who would do the security, right, Tony or whatever, I mean, he acts like he's cool, but he's full of it too because he knows what's going on. Because he was sitting there smirking and laughing. That's all possible federal indictment, man. And he was actually an ex cop. He went to go be a cop, then he came back to work at the bar because I guess that didn't work for him. Whatever. I mean, I like Tony. There's some people I like over there too, but they're just all snakes. That's my point. It's just weird. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm just telling y'all some stories right now, some things I went through. I went through a bunch of crazy stuff, bro. You know what I mean? You people want to talk about life, but you don't know nothing about it. I remember there was this one chick in middle school that we were actually like kind of friends. We would just talk to each other and hang out with each other. And she ended up catching like hepatitis A or B or C or something and got like half the school sick. And I got the hell away from her. And she sat down across the table at me at lunch, and I like got up and moved because she had a jaundice. Her eyes were completely yellow, and I was tripping. I'm like, yeah, I don't want hepatitis, bro. That's something you don't want, bro. That one, that's a problem, bro. Like that, God would have to help me with that. That's an issue. She had it bad too. How she got it, I'm guessing probably, messing around or something, but like this was middle school too, bro. You know what I mean? She had it bad. She had jaundice horrible, bro. I'm talking yellow, like yellow eyes, and like it was weird. That's what I'm saying. I've seen so-called women make so many mistakes and do dumb behavior my entire life. That's why I make a career talking about it now. Why not? I'm not out to make real women look anyway. I'm all for real women, but there's a difference between real women and so-called women. All I'm doing is speaking the truth. That's all I've ever done. I'm entitled to my opinion. It's not my opinion. I'm entitled to say the facts. I don't care who likes it. I saw one today. She came up to that park. She was pissed off about something today. I just stayed away from her, minded my business. I waited till she left to start doing my next video and film because I don't even want the camera on around them. I try to stay away from fake drama, man, and people who have their own problems, bro. Like, I'm a grown man. I'm not here for all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, eh, the world is the world, man. The world's going to keep a turning no matter what, and people going to do what they do. But I just think all you new generations are funny. Like I said, no, I have it all, man. I've hustled, man. I've worked hard my entire life since I was 16. Ralph Bottles had the audacity. See, they're trying to steal my story. He said, I've worked hard for everything I have. You don't have anything. You live on a Section 8 voucher. You don't have 5 cars that you lied about. You didn't even have a scooter. You have to borrow your friends. And you have nothing, literally. And you've never worked ever. You've never worked. You don't know what a hard day's work is, but I work every day doing this and teaching digital fitness and training people. My homeboy, who's an ex cop who y'all saw on the channel, like I said, we're going to probably do some more training together soon. Like, I just haven't been able to come at the same time in the same time frame or window. He's an ex cop. He was a cop down here. He's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think he did good with the training too. And I'm training him for free. I'm not charging anything or anything like that. So I'm training with him basically. So, you know, it is what it is. Like on here, my goal right now, everything is shaped towards building this business. I offer digital training and training in person. So if people want to get in shape and you want to quit throwing money at a gym trainer, or you aren't doing that yet and you really want to get in shape if you want to build strength or muscle, I am the guy you need to come to. If y'all will start paying me for that and get clients, and you can literally just show up at the park. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Barney himself and you show up in a purple dinosaur costume. If you want physical digital training, I will do the training for you. I mean, it wouldn't be digital, it would be in person. I'm here to teach the public. I want to teach people real strength training, how to actually build strength and get strong, and where you don't need a gym. Like I said, I can do it in a gym, but I have to train with you. I can't technically really train you in the gym. I can train with you, and you can follow my lead of what I do. Feel me? Hold on. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these folks on here, they're funny as hell. Like, you're mad at me because I exist. Okay. I mean, I'm a fitness trainer. That's what I do. That's what I want my career path to be, as far as my other career path being Batman, and I'm a public figure and a public speaker. So when people ask me what I do, it's a hard question for me to answer because I do a whole lot. But I generally tell people I stand up against corruption because that's what I do. I just stand up for what's right. I mean, I'd be a good person. I'd be Batman. Everything that they depict Batman doing in the comic books, anything, I don't care what it is, movie, I do that and more. So, and I'm not copying anything. Though all those stories are about me. I'm the real thing. I'm the legend in the flesh. So, you know, for me, it's just funny when you actually are living real life and reality and you can see what it is. And that's why I don't get near people who say that. If your first line is you look like someone else, you look like Eminem, you look like Ryan Gosling, I've heard it all. They used to tell me on West 6th Street in Austin, and before all this happened, right, they'd be like, you have a nice smile, right? They're like trying to hit on me, obviously, and these are, white girls and stuff out there, you have a nice smile. And it's like, Austin's pointless. Like, you ain't gonna get nowhere with anybody out there, bro. It's pointless. And like I said, I've had bad experiences with girls in Austin. Like, anybody in Austin is pretty much a joke. It's not the place to go if you're single and looking for women. You want to go somewhere for that? I would suggest going to Georgia and Atlanta, straight up, because they're different. They're more homegrown. They're more country. They're just more like women. I don't know how it is now. It's probably pretty backwards and bad now. It is everywhere, but I mean, it'd be better than Austin. Hold on. But all these places are really turning into you know what zones, honestly. They're all getting bad. I know Baltimore's bad. They bring up these different cities. Colorado's horrible. They got a ton of problems out there where what's his name? Isn't it Daniel something, the one the Penguins obsessed with? I can I not remember his name. It's not Daniel Radcliffe. Who's Daniel Radcliffe? Is that the one in Harry Potter or something? I can't remember. That name's coming to my mind for some reason. What is his name? I'll forget. I'll look. I think I'm subbed to his channel. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The fool with the crooked nose. Like, that fool is crazy, man. He's hilarious in my opinion. I think he's funny as hell. But he gets tons of views and all that, but he's just always he's dealing with a lot of legal trouble, and they're trying to ease him in, they're trying to assimilate him into the community in Colorado. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we compare a dude like that and all of you, I mean, all of you are living on a Section 8 voucher. I'm basically retired at 35, but you want to tell me I'm doing something wrong because you won't just do what you're supposed to do as a customer of my channel. This is a business. I provide a service. I entertain the public. I educate the public. You need to pay me for what I do. There's no if, and, or but about it. Do your job and do what you're supposed to do. What do you mean? I've been taught grateful, bro. I got millions of shows, bro. Like, no, I'm not going to sit here and kiss up to no one. I don't need to be grateful for breadcrumbs. I'll be grateful when y'all send me over $1,000 and get this show on the road like I've been asking for the past 2+ years. People, I've had dudes. Oh, I hear them. I've had dudes, I've had women. I've been like, here's 3 grand. What? Here's 3K. What? Something's happening. And see, I just told y'all, isn't that weird? Hope it ain't around here. No, it's not. And I told y'all, what did I tell you? I told y'all I heard some, and that was an ambulance. That's crazy, bro. Might have been really something went down. Out here, I mean, I'm sure it could happen, but that's pretty crazy. I heard it earlier. That's kind of weird, right? Like, you hear that, and then all like That's kind of scary, bro. That's sad, man. Did something just happen? Did somebody just like give up on life right now or something? That's crazy, bro. That ambulance was moving too. They're going somewhere to pick someone up. Something happened, bro. That's crazy. I heard it. You could hear it. I don't think they doing fireworks, and it was just one. It wasn't like a repeated succession, or it was just one. I heard it clear as day. That's weird. You see why I'm the Batman and why I'm good at what I do? That's why I want to learn forensics. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like I want to save people and help people. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't wish none of that stuff on anybody, bro. I want everybody to be well and good and alive and do well and be happy. You know what I mean? Because honestly, most of these haters and people on here, I think they're all on the verge of doing that. I think that's what's really going on. I think that they're trying. I think they need my energy, and without it, I think they're in deep, deep depression because they can't stand the fact that I exist and I'm successful. Like I said, I did my thing in tennis. I went to the Ken Griffey Junior camp as a kid. I fielded batting practice with Barry Larkin right there. Barry Larkin's my homeboy talking to me. I made friends with Barry Larkin. He was a shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. George Foster was the coach of the Cincinnati Reds. I talked to him. He was there. I shook his hand. He was completely ripped and cut up. I mean, he was just huge, man, strong as hell. Even my dad was like, I don't know what he does to work out, but it's incredible. It's baseball. Baseball players get big, man. And he was probably, taking, what. I mean, not probably, I'm pretty much guaranteeing. He's probably doing Winstra. I know everything, bro. I know a lot of stuff, bro. Y'all think I don't know about D-ball and Winstra? I know all about that. My roommate over there who does the heating and air in Georgia, he was doing that. He did some crazy stuff that involved what's and he yeah on the top of a car. You know what I'm saying? So he was a wild one when he was younger, and he's short and stocky. They whole family was like real strong, like but like white boy, like had that what they call it strength. You know, same with David, and then David went and committed a huge crime, hmm and I guess he's still in prison. I don't know if he's ever getting out. He turned himself into thinking they would take it easy on him, be lenient. Hell no, especially in Georgia. But that just goes to show, the folks really needed money, but yet the guy does heating and air and says he makes so much money, but when I ask him to donate, he doesn't, and then he just disappeared this last time. And I don't know if he was contacted by the Red Triangles too, and it's very possible. So it's just a lot going on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, I just need help from the public, man. I'm going through a lot. I came up against a lot of evil people, and I'm coming out of all this, and I won. And sometimes you just need help in life, man. I got too many enemies, man, because I'm a good person. I didn't do anything wrong or wrong anyone. I have enemies because I'm God's son, and these people are unrighteous and they're wicked and they're just no good, and they're against me. Like I'm not scared of anybody. I'm not a victim ever, none of that. But I just understand that I'm also not evil. That's why I'm not trying to match energies with evil people. Like I am the victim in all this, and it's all been online, all of it. So it's like it is what it is. I realize that my life is like a fairy tale, and those people are basically the Wicked Witch of the West, like Carly Fiorina. That's what it's about. I'm Prince Charming, and I have Christina, and I know the minute that we kiss each other, like it's gonna erase the curse completely, which I already have broken the curse, but it's gonna erase all the negativity completely. True love is a real thing, man, and we have true love. This life is a fairy tale, and I just realized it. Like I know I'm the actual Prince Charming. I've always been my entire life. That's why I look the way I look. You know what I mean? So it's like we're living it, bro. They make them stories like Shrek because they're depicting actual real life and reality. Like it's a real thing. True love is real, and it's very powerful. So it is what it is. Hold on, trying to see if any. Oh, right there, I got my sternum. Oh, you damn penguin! How dare you? There's this green bug flying right here. He's kind of cool. I hope something didn't just get me from this silly tree. Oh well, everything else has already got me out here. I'm pretty country out here. I think we'll be all right. Uh, anyway, What did I say? Trying to think what else. I don't know. Eventually, they gave me the award at the Ken Griffey Jr. camp. I should have gotten it out the gate immediately, and they never wanted to give it to me because they were hating too and rigging everything. Right? What the hell got me, man? Hopefully, I'll be all right. And um, literally, the Texas Legends baseball camp, I deserved and earned the reward every time I ever went there. By the way, I got some rancheritos left, and I got a whole Kit Kat. I'm probably gonna eat that in a minute. So, like, the lady was nice enough to give me that today, so that was cool. I already drank the cherry Coke, and I think that was it. Um, but yeah, and I got maybe like $3 that I'm gonna go tomorrow and grab me just some regular stuff because I gotta have it, like peanut butter, something cheap. I need to get soap again too because I use the soap a lot. I need soap, so I don't know how I'm gonna figure that out or do that, but I'll just have to see what I can do. Because I really need to get some peanut butter and the little bit that I get. It's only like $3, bro. Like I said, I just can't go into my bank account right now. So that's what I'm saying. When people want to talk to me and you don't want to be fair about life and reality, like get away from me, bro. I'm good. You ain't gonna approach me. We're not talking ever again. Like I told you, I'm done with that. I don't need a chat room. I'm all right, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't stopping nothing over here. So we making all the money. Let me check that check amount. I know it updated. Hold up. Woo-hoo! Told you that check amount is at almost I think like 174 to $175, something like that. I think it's 174. I think it's 173 and some change. Or let me look one more time. Hold on. Yeah, like 173 and some change. I told you, man. I told you we making money, man. That's why these people mad because they know I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. Wonder where you are. I actually had a song like that that said, "Because baby, I'm a superstar." But yeah, like I said, I mean, it is what it is. More and more people are gonna gravitate to me and my energy, and people look at me as what I am, like an actual real celebrity. But like I said, I'm just trying to make my checks and trying to do what I need to do. And God told me I'd get paid to exist, and this is just going to continue to grow exponentially. I mean, just say the truth. You don't think that this is small money. That's pretty good money. That's very good. $173 and some change already. And it's going to grow some more tomorrow, and then I'll have that check accrued, and then I go on to the next check. My money is limitless with this. I can make as much money as I want. I just got to work hard as hell and release a lot of videos and have it be high quality. I'm building my own media company from the ground up. If I'm building my own company and getting paid at all and making checks, that's success. See, but you will forever be a wage slave and you'll live off a government check because you won't even work because you're lazy like the penguin. See? So why don't you say the truth? You're jealous because I'm making $173 and change and it'll be above that tomorrow, being my own boss and being the CEO of my own company, being independent. Every day, every fiber of my being, anything, any energy I exert or put out, it gets put into building my business, something I own, something I run. I'm a boss. I'm a CEO. I'm your boss. And you'll talk to me right. So what do you mean? You say the truth. You jelly. You jealous. You need some peanut butter for your jelly. Right? Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. So like I said, man, just stay mad, do you, be y'all. Like I said, I mean, it's like one chick was a mom, and she pulled up the other day, right? And I didn't really like some of what she said, and I kind of addressed it on here because I felt like she was hating. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm looking at something. It's a stick. It's a little roly poly. There's a ton of them out here. But yeah, I didn't really like what she said because she tried to like say like little put downs like y'all, and it's like, bro, I ain't even hearing that. But she was a mom, I think, or whatever. And yeah, she said like
yeah, you're like a famous actor. And then immediately came with the negativity. Like the underlying passive aggressiveness. I'm telling you, so-called women are weird. You could tell she had an agenda. It's just crazy. It's just sad. Meanwhile, the other ones, like, they were the fans. Like, it wasn't even her to begin with. They were the ones who were like, "Yo, can we get a video or whatever?" I do videos and pictures for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, that's what I'm supposed to do. So I got to be nice to people. This is for them. It's for everybody. Um, and yeah, she was trying to kind of, put her hand over everything and be controlling. And yeah, she said like, "Oh, that's what's wrong with you," or whatever. There's nothing wrong with me, lady. There's something wrong with you, clearly. I mean, look at you, right? But um, yeah, she immediately started etching in her negativity, but yet she took a picture with me. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's the thing with so-called women. They'll be a fan and they'll be whatever, but then they want to hate. Like, why are you talking like that? Knowing that what you're saying isn't true. Like, you must really have low self-esteem. You must really have to put others down to try to pick yourself up. Like, she had, see what I'm saying? I catch people in their behavior. I catch them red-handed. She has to justify in her delusional mind because she's seeing, like, oh my goodness, like, literally her daughters are like huge fans and are like, "Yo, can we get a video, a picture, like we love you, Batman." So she has to immediately gauge that in her mind and try to change it and shift it, and then probably, tell them and brainwash them, "Oh, he's nobody, he's garbage." What, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what a lot of so-called women do. They do it with their own kids. I've seen it a million times. They brainwash them into acting like the good person is evil, right? And I'm talking about they'll do it with complete strangers like me. Like, it's crazy. People are just backwards, man. Like, what was the purpose of that? Then she said, "I don't believe that," asking me if I ever did, you know what, like, because obviously she has that problem and she's probably an addict because I could tell by looking at her. I'm sorry, honey, but you look like an addict. Like, real talk. Like, your behavior, it's atrocious. It's disgusting. I don't even know why you interjected yourself into the situation. The whole thing was weird. But this is people for you. I deal with different situations every day. I just try to do everything the right way. That's the best I can do, man. You know? So, like, it's just crazy that someone wants to justify their own delusion and hatred for no reason and tell me I'm something I'm not. Oh, there's something wrong with me? Where do you gather that from? Because I'm Batman? So that's what I'm saying. They try to justify, and they know what they're saying isn't true, but it's the same game online they play. They use words to try to act like, oh, let's paint it in a different light than what it is, knowing that we know what light it's actually in. It's the same thing people will do at every job with you. Hold on. But it's the same thing they'll do at every job that you ever work. That's what they'll do. They'll try to put you in a different or in a different light. And if they can't do it and you don't allow them, they'll get more pissed off and they'll try to do it behind your back. That's why a lot of people secretly hate me because I'm real as hell and I don't put up with no nonsense. You ain't gonna give me no lip. I'm not gonna let nobody put me in an aura that I'm not in. I don't have any problems anymore. I never will for the rest of my life with people. No, I handle people diplomatically. The people I come up against in the street, I'm gonna win every time because I'm trained better than you and I'm stronger than you and I'm smarter than you. And I'm just tough as hell and I got God behind me and I'm literally an immortal vampire and I'm an actual monster. You know what I mean? So I ain't worried about that. You're coming up against a genius. That's what these people don't understand. So it's like, I just don't care anymore, man. I don't care what people think of me, bro. I live my life every day to the fullest, and I'm gonna continue to. I'm super proud of myself, man. That's the thing. Y'all talking about money. I'm building an empire here. I'm building the kingdom of God in front of your face. God is going to have me in actual caves and bat caves. I think He's going to put me in an actual cave. I truly do. I think somehow, some way, He's going to provide some kind of actual bat cave where I can install computers in there and everything. He's going to customize the bat suits. He already told me. He said, where you're going, you're going to have customized clothing and everything. Everything is going to be made specifically for you. Christina gets this money, man. She's negotiated 6.8 million already guaranteed, and you folks don't get that. I will go from nothing to everything and something so quick. The minute that she heals, finishes negotiating, and shows up here, my whole life changes, and that's what I'm waiting for. And I'm just pushing through with God. I mean, this was never about money. This was about putting those fools that hang out in those chat rooms in their place, and it was about making sure that I've got them on federal indictments for the crimes they've committed. I was never against you. You were against me. You targeted me. You came into my life and you lost. Don't be mad at me. Don't say nothing about my money. I'm making money and getting paid to put you out of business. I'm shutting down all your illegal activity by myself, one man, a regular civilian, supposedly, right? Come on, dog. You know what needs to happen? I think is the FBI just needs to hire me or CIA. Like I want one of them badges because that's what I should be doing. I should honestly be an FBI or CIA operative. Like y'all should hire me, and I just don't trust the government, so I would keep my eye on the agency and what they doing and how they treat me, and I make sure they treat me right, or I tell them, and I would speak up and I'd let them know what it is and how things are gonna go. But like, you should sign me on with a signing bonus, literally, and you should literally have me work for the FBI or CIA. That's what y'all should do, and you should have me just do special assignments, and I'm doing them as Batman. You understand? Straight up. Hold up. Like those are my terms. You can take it or leave it. They said God said these readings say everything has been right every time. It says a celebration's coming and a healing vacation with Christina. It says I'm about to get a huge offer. They need to put the money up and cut the check already, man. I'm out of time, bro. Y'all need to hurry up, bro. Like that's the thing. I got to get, you know, we got to get by right now and get to this money, man. I think the FBI or CIA, somebody's about to recruit me, or they're going to fund me or something. I mean, it's going to have to happen at some point. That's the thing these people don't get. You're talking about money. The money right now is irrelevant. This is little money. This is nothing. This is to build the structure of the business. I'm doing great. Made more money with this business than any of y'all who built the business quicker. I started making money right away. So they're mad because I run my business efficiently. Everything they say, they want to talk smack and say put downs about what you have, but they want what you have. That's narcs. Y'all are hypocritical. Y'all are a joke. Feel me? Yeah, you wish that you did what I did. Just say that. See, when you talk, be real with yourself. Y'all are so jealous you can't even see straight. Eat my success, boy. Eat it. Eat it on a plate. You's funny. Yeah, I got your number. I'm pulling cards, right? Yeah, I got them super mad. I know how to make them lash out. Lash out, Narky. Come on, Narky. Do it. Do it. Do it, boy. Lash out, Narky. I'm gonna have fun with you every day. Right? Look at me. Look at that boy looking better than Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise combined. I told you. I told you. I said, wait till I shave. Want to act like I'm playing. Your boy's funny, man. Funny people, man. People love me. They love my charisma and my energy. I'm just saying, with me, you get the real deal. You don't get no fake stuff. I'm not for extra. You know what I mean? I'm not for loco, whoever that is. But my point is, I'm not none of these fake dudes in the street either, man. I run the streets, bro. And little dudes like that, use a little homie, bro. And all that I'm intimidating and big stuff, that stuff don't work with real G's and real gangsters for real dudes like that. Like that stuff don't even work in prisons and jails. I already know. I already came up against dudes that act like that. I've dealt with that at gymnasiums. Like in Cape Coral, there was a dude in there like that. He tried to be all woofing and, oh, I'm big and bad and blah blah. And they're always from the same group in the culture. I'm the only one who stood up to him, backed him down, and then I won the basketball game and made him look silly in front of everyone. That's what I do. In Dallas, if you remember, I gave the one dude my camera. He was from the culture in the group. He's like, they were talking smack about me when I walked in, and I made sure I put the whole video up at that time. They said, yo, he's Napoleon Dynamite. I walked in Tim's. Walked in the gym in Dallas, 24-hour fitness, and it's all ghetto dudes from the slums in the hood, and I'm living there. I was right off Marcellus Ave. I lived in Oak Cliff and all that, wearing do-rags. I had a blue do-rag or black do-rag on all the time. I think I had blue or black do-rag on that day. And he was like, yeah, you look like Napoleon Dynamite. So I let him do that because that's the whole thing. I'm hustling you anyway, and because y'all are slow. And as soon as he said that, I turn around and make a 3-pointer like nobody's business in front of a dude's face and grill him. And he went crazy, and the whole crowd lost. Everybody was like, "That's the truth." They were like, "That's the dude right there." Like, see, I can go into any place, and I could shift the whole energy in a room with anything I do. And you want to tell me something, or I'm doing something wrong? I'm what you want to be, man. It's just the thing. I'm everybody's big homie. I understand what it is. I understand people are jealous of me. 530 on my wrist got them pissed. Of course, you got a lot to be jealous of. I got a whole lot to hate on. Hmm? And every day I gain more for you to hate on.
You understand? Every day you just see more and more to hate on. Look at me, I'm aging backwards, bro. Look at me, I look like I'm a teenager, dog. I look like I'm in my 20s, bro. I'm 35 years old, son. I am aging backwards. Okay, I have literally the what is it called? The what is it? Benjamin Button complex. I literally have like my real life is I'm an immortal vampire, and you all want to talk to an immortal vampire about money? Boy, I take money. Like real talk. Like I'm an immortal vampire. I don't care about no money. I'm just trying to survive. That's all. Like, no, I just want to be treated right. I want to eat and I want to be good and not have to worry. Like I said, it don't take much money to do that, bro. Y'all could send me $50 at least right now. That would at least get me by for the time being. Like real talk. If y'all sent me at least 50, I wouldn't have no complaints. But when y'all can't send me nothing, that's crazy, bro. It just shows that the world is, filled with hate. Where like they said, it's the thuggish ruggish bone. 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 Living in a hateful world. That's literally one of the songs. Like, it's the truth. We're living in a hateful world. Like, that's fine. You can go ahead and hate all you want, but your hate pays me. Remember when I kept telling you that? And it's all true, right? Your hate pays me. I get paid for you to hate on me. Hate harder. Lash out, Narky. Come on, do it, Narky. Do it. You can do it, boy. You can do it. Come on, Narky. Lash out. Come on. You're like a Mike Saha out here looking silly. That Mike Saha will never, never have a name in the fitness game. And David Goggins already made him look silly. He looked like my you know what. I don't know you fools. David Goggins is weak compared to me, boy. Like real talk. Have David Goggins come out here and try that mess with that fake workout stuff. See if he can keep up with me. Real tall. I'll have him put on that 18 gauge steel armor. He can put on the armor of God, and we'll see how many pull ups that little scrawny midget do. He's little, bro. That dude weak compared to me. He might be able to run all day. I mean, so what? I can do that too if I push myself and train for that. Like, what? Like, I might do that too. I might start running laps and stuff. I don't know. I was doing wind sprints and stuff lately. Like, I always stay active. I always run. I've done distance running. Like I said, I used to be out here running 20 miles, 20 miles every day. I've run 30 miles every day for a while. As Batman, I used to cover so much ground out here on my feet. It was unbelievable. I used to walk back here the whole way, like 10 miles at night, running into spider webs and spiders and stuff. Like, people don't get, I done been through it all, man. There's dogs out there, like menacing dogs, huge dogs that are really up to no good, and I'm out there by myself. I've been in some scary situations out here, homie. That's what y'all don't get. I've had standoffs with dogs. I have to literally like let them know, like it's. I've been in some serious spots, bro. That's what I'm like. Hold up. But that's why, like, when I put that video out that says like a dog spotted Batman, and you can see how he's barking, he's like woof woof, and he's wagging his tail super fast, and he's like woof, like them dogs mean business, bro. They ain't out there playing. Those are guard dogs too. They ain't playing at all, bro. And they really seeing Batman, and I'd be on top of structures and stuff like with my cape, like just like Batman. That's what y'all don't get. What I'm filming is real, bro. And these dogs, they see a big bat and they see him looking up, and they're like freaking out because they're like, that's an actual huge big bat. They're tripping because they don't know what it is. They're like, what the hell? And then I'm moving like an animal. They think I'm an animal, which makes it worse because their response is a lot meaner because they're trying to overcompensate and act tougher than they probably even are because they're not playing with Batman, bro. Them dogs do not like Batman, bro. They either love me or they hate me, but some of them are little and they want to play, but they generally do not like Batman. They want to run and chase Batman, and it sucks. You know what I mean? They love that cape. They think I'm like a walking toy for them to play with. Well, so that's all I got to say today. I think it's been a great show and a great segment, right? Again, this is Donna Martinez with Tales from the Crypt. Oh, start ending my shows like that every time.
With Tales from the Crypt.
Like, these people, like I said, they mad as hell.
Every day I grow stronger, you grow weaker. Oh, there's the penguin. You done doing your witchcraft and starting the rain, huh, penguin? All right, I'm gonna get going and get out the rain real quick, boy. Like I said, Rob Wack, keep on doing your comedic thing by yourself, talking to nobody, boy. You're a failure, boy. You're gonna keep failing. You're gonna fail forever. All right, now it's messing with the screen. Hold on.